We've got unfinished business.
And with that, you're about to see soccer history being made in Lubbock. With an average of over 4,000 fans, our passionate fan base has built a fortress that visiting teams struggle to play in. It is game day here in Lubbock, and we're about to see a big one in store. It's CF10 Houston versus the Lubbock Matadors. Who do you got? We're about to find out. Devin Ward here alongside John Bocanegra. We're back. It feels like forever ago since our last game, but for both of these teams, they played literally just 48 hours ago.
A quick turnaround for both of them. A loss for one, a win for another.
Yeah.
The Lubbock Matadors, of course. How's that going to play out today? The heat is on, really.
Yeah, it's
for
spicy
both
today.
Teams, for both teams, not just the weather, but playoff implications are actually creeping up.
Yeah, this is a must-win game for both of these teams. And when we asked Coach Mizuraka, I make sure I said it right too, Mizuraka, in pregame, he said it feels like every game from here on out is a must-win game.
It's the scheduling that it's crunch time here at the end with the last 4 games on the docket. I mean, what else can you do except execute? And that's kind of plain and simple what it's been for the Matadors.
And they're doing what they did in year one, right? It took them a little bit to find their groove. They had a new head coach. They got a whole slew of new players, but they found their way around game 3, game 4, and they're doing that here now.
The difference with that deja vu is you know what you have now. And I mean, Denton was a little. They said it themselves, kind of lucky that they didn't get Lubbock in the first initial schedule that they were supposed to have for that fixture. It got pushed back because of the delay, and we saw probably one of the best performances that we could have seen on the road for Lubbock.
Yeah, 60, 70 minutes of that game, it was their game.
Oh, they were in control.
Yeah, it felt weird, though, is what Coach kind of said in that game. Like, everything about that game felt weird, except for the final result, which was a 2-1 victory, beating the top-seeded Denton Diablos. On the other side, though, CF10 Houston had a rough game against West Texas FC. They lost 4-0, and they're looking to bounce back tonight with a very young group, 16, 17, 18-year-old players out there on the field for them tonight.
On average, I mean, you got guys, and the whole lineup has changed, too. We'll talk about that when we get to the player rosters. But, yeah, there's been a complete overhaul of some of the team, and they're looking to capitalize. We talked about playoff positioning, too. It's coming up, and they're nipping at the heels of the Lubbock Matadors right now, and they need something to happen tonight.
Matadors need to take care of business tonight. They've shown, the CF10 Houston team has shown flashes where they are really, really good, and you don't want to be in that spot when they're playing really good. Their head coach, though, Jimmy Kruger, not here tonight, serving his second game of a 3-game suspension. The owner getting the call to be the head coach tonight, and that's Carlos Flores, and we had the chance to talk to him pregame.
Oh, he's a nice man, great owner, understands the game. He's been through the history. Devin will talk about that later, but he's been through the history of the game before, and he understands what it takes to not only manage a team, but also he knows what it means for his players to get this opportunity for them to shine. And I think this is the time for them to prove what they got.
In front of a big crowd, too. The stadium is already starting to fill up here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. You heard me moments ago, over 4,000 fans normally. They hit 4,300 in their last game, and I have a feeling that it's going to be even more here tonight.
I think we took our little pregame routine.
We did.
We just saw people trickling in and coming in, and for them to play in front of a crowd, the owner was talking about it, how great it was to see the stadium and how big it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be even better once there's people in those stands.
Yeah, it's going to give you the chills a little bit, and it's tough for an opposing team to come in here and play, and it's because of the Lubbock community and their spirit backing this soccer program. When we return, though, we'll have our starting 11 coming your way. This game's on My Lubbock TV and on the Lubbock Matador YouTube channel. We'll be back at Lowry Field right after this.
We've got unfinished business.
Why do we grow? We do it for family. We do it for friends. We do it for new homes. We do it for a brighter future. We grow for you. We are Alliance Credit Union, and we grow for people, not profit.
The hunger to win is fueled by a chance to compete and the thrill of the action. The cheers from the crowd energize our team and push them on to victory. Whether it's the pre-game excitement of tailgating or the post-game euphoria of winning celebrations, United Supermarkets always brings an A-game to your party. From kickoff to tip-off and the final buzzer to the last out, United Supermarkets is proud to feed the competitive spirit.
Woohoo! You can feel the energy building here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. I'm excited, and you should be too, as we're set for another NPSL Lone Star Conference game as the Lubbock Matadors are set to host CF10 Houston here today. Again, Dev Ward here alongside John Bocanegra. John, pumped to have you up here again.
Oh, yeah.
Man. We're having so much fun up here every time.
It's been too long for us to be up here.
It felt weird not doing game notes.
So much time in between matches. We had a road game. Lubbock was successful with that one. Hey.
And it's like we're talking about such a long period between home matches, but then yet again we're talking about how quick of a turnaround this is between your last match. And it's because it's been less than 48 hours for the Lubbock Matadors to get ready for this off of their big win against Denton. Some people called it an upset, and we didn't because we kind of saw it coming.
I mean, Lubbock settles down in the last 20 minutes of the first half. They controlled all the pace in the second half against Denton, and they looked composed. Lubbock was used to seeing, you know, hey, last second goal go in, maybe it ends in a draw, maybe Lubbock loses. Not this time, especially on the road in Denton's house, and that's a win you want to see.
That is for sure. Let's get into some of the names you need to know coming into tonight's broadcast. Here is your starting 11 for the Lubbock Matadors, and as we take a look at this graphic, John, a lot of traditional names if you've been watching the Matadors all season, but there is one new Matador on the starting lineup right now, and it's Daniel Ryder.
Oh yeah, Ryder comes in fresh off the bench.
And there's Salama right there on camera.
Impressed in practice, and Salama has been excellent.
He was a great interview, too, on the coach's show the other day.
You should find it every Monday at 1 p.m. on YouTube.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Like, man, there's so many. Wonder Tree does a great job with that coach's show, and me and John get to host it. And it's a lot of fun. It's really entertaining, and it's where you get to learn more about the players and about the coaches. But you see the guys out there warming up. And
Saad had chances in the last match against Denton. Looked for him to capitalize. The back line for CF10 is a little shaky. There's a lot of names that have been in and out of that rotation, too.
Yep. And, of course, you know, these guys that you're seeing out there warming up, they've been playing really well. You talked about Saad missing out on a goal opportunity. A lot of these Matadors, you know, they have a crooked number in the goal scored column, and it's because this is a balanced team. It's not just one player going out there and making plays. It's the whole team, and they're out there fighting for each other, to quote Coach Miz.
Oh, yeah. And you try to target one player no, not him. But Evan Howard is the one, I mean, he has the target on his back. Biggest player out there, biggest target, draws the most eyes. But it's somebody that you're not expecting that's going to get in there.
Here's your starting 11 for the Lubbock Matadors. Say Adam Thompson, Adam Salama, Adonis Agawe, Daniel Ryder, Diego Vasquez-Saez, Evan Howard, Francisco Petnaroli, Kode Kobayashi, Lago Silva, Saad Faiz, and then Will Rodriguez. There's your starting 11 presented by Alliance Credit Union for people, not profit. Again, the only name that's different on there is Daniel Ryder. He is a Coastal Carolina player, and so him and Evan Howard kind of already have some history there. And Coach told us in the pregame conversation that there's really a couple of other players, too, that could deserve some time in the starting 11. It's just so hard. You want to put your best players out there at all times.
It was a hard decision for him to make, too, but the recovery was quick. He was telling us that everyone looked impressive. The spirits were great. They had a light practice. And, I mean, you take almost the same lineup that you've had the past 3 weeks. You make one little change in there to kind of, throw a little curveball there.
Right. Chirotherapy is what the team did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's where they go in there and they freeze for like 5 minutes. But, hey, if that's the way you need to heal,
it promotes blood flow and better recovery. That's what it does.
Of course, John knows that, and I don't. So here's your starting 11, though, for the CF10 Houston Ball Club. You have Morrison there, Hackney, Conley. John, give him a name on that one. I'm going to go with Daniel E. Hunter Merritt, Jose Ojeda, go for it.
Ejedinwa is his name.
There you go. Juan Carlos Santos, Justin Burke, Kobe Perlaza, Noah Stastic, and then Sean Rivera. There's your starting 11. John, who are the names you need to know for the CF10 Houston squad?
Oh, this one's easy if you've been watching them. Hunter Merritt, forward, playing out of St. Edwards. He's the one to watch. I mean, he's the guy that's scoring all the goals for them, making an impact on the field, getting everybody involved too.
Yeah.
Similar to what we have with Howard. Not as big, obviously, but yeah, he's the one to watch. He's streaky. Watch out.
Yeah, 16, 17, 18-year-old players playing for CF Houston, but a name that you need to know as well is their goalkeeper tonight. They're on their third-string goalkeeper, which happens to be their assistant coach.
Andrew Hackney, he was impressive in that last match. Obviously, it was a 0-4 result for them, but I mean, coming in a situation that you're not exactly prepared for, a lot of things happening with this CF10 Houston team where you have something that can piece together very well, and they had a string of runs. I mean, they tied a couple of matches too. Brownsville 2-2. You played Denton, the best team in the league, and you tied 3-3. This team is capable of putting things together. Now the struggle is going to be whether or not you can actually have it be consistent.
Right. Yeah, and during the pregame warmups, his shirt said coach on the back of it as he was getting ready to be the goalkeeper. I'm excited to see how he does tonight, and you should be too, because when we return, we'll have some action coming your way from Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. It's Matador Soccer. We're on the air, and you want to stick with us. We'll be back right after this.
When you hear the word cancer for the first time, suddenly every moment matters.
How do I tell my family?
Where do I go for the best treatment?
At Covenant Health, you're never alone.
Covenant's cancer team is made up of the finest oncology specialists in the region, armed with state-of-the-art technology so you can stay close to home for the most advanced treatment available.
Cancer care at Covenant Health, because when you hear the word cancer, every moment matters.
Hey, Mom.
Mazda.
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 The Mazda CX-5. It's made to move you.
Take advantage of this exceptional offer at Mears Mazda.
The hunger to win is fueled by a chance to compete and the thrill of the action. The cheers from the crowd energize our team and push them on to victory. Whether it's the pre-game excitement of tailgating or the post-game euphoria of winning celebrations, United Supermarkets always brings an A-game to your party. From kickoff to tip-off and the final buzzer to the last out, United Supermarkets is proud to feed the competitive spirit.
And we're getting ready for our first kick here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. Win the day. That is the motto today for the Mozos, the signature fan group of the Lubbock Matadors. And you like that quote today, John? Win the day?
It came from Adam Salama. We were talking on the coaches show. Great interview, great attitude. I just fed off his energy. It was awesome. And that's where the quote came from.
Dude, those coaches shows, you can get a lot of good stuff out of those coaches shows. You see the officiating crew out there tonight. And, of course, we have our national anthem coming your way tonight as well. Shelby Stidham. She's 17 years old and goes to Friendship High School. She aspires to sing on Broadway. And so here is our national anthem by Shelby Stidham.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Shelby Stidham, 17-year-old from Friendship High School. She aspires to be a Broadway singer one day, and she did a great job there. We do want to mention today's broadcast is sponsored by Mears Mazda Volvo, Lubbock's locally owned luxury dealership. At Mears, you'll find the best inventory, the best process, and the best prices. Since 1971, our focus is to provide our clients with an exceptional buying experience. Go see our friends at Mears Mazda Volvo. They are a presenting sponsor for us. Of course, today's game is sponsored by United Supermarkets, and we're super grateful for them. John, you're looking at the players for CF10 Houston there, and you can kind of see it right away. Those are some young players right there.
Size is also going to be a factor in this. Outside of experience, we talked about a lot of substitutions happening. Second players or bench players, third string players, they're all getting in the action tonight.
Of course, their goalkeep is their third string goalkeeper and their assistant coach, and so I wanted to give him a shout out. We also want to give a shout out to everybody watching on My Lubbock TV tonight, as well as on YouTube. The Lubbock Matadors have a great YouTube channel, and make sure you comment away. Sup says hi, and They Love Jay says, I'm at the game. Well, we love that you're at the game, and we also love that you're interacting with us here on YouTube. Of course, the captain for the Lubbock Matadors is Adam Thompson. Tomo rocking number 13 right there. I like that he has a nickname, Tomo, but of course there's two Adams on the team, and so it's similar to the Jadens that were in my class this year. Each Jaden had their own nickname. Adam has their own nickname here.
Tomo makes sense, too.
I like Tomo.
Yeah.
And you know what? During my coaching show that I did with him 2 weeks ago, you know, we talked about him becoming the captain and him becoming one of the leaders on this team. And he said, if not me, then who, right? And so why not me?
He stepped up into the role. I mean, you need somebody out there that's going to be the glue guy, basically.
Yep.
Getting the team together, making sure everyone's on their P's and Q's, whether it's pressing defensively or making sure that you're finding the open lanes on offense. He knows. He has the vision. he's welcomed the role too, which is the funny part about it. If not me, then who? But no, he was destined for it. Come on.
Part of the United Kingdom, his university is the University of Houston, Victoria, and he's the captain there as well. And he said he's been a captain for a long time. And so, head coach of the Lubbock Matadors, though, is Brendan Mizuraka. Apologized to the Mizuraka family for pronouncing his name wrong all season.
Hey, call us out on that.
I'm fine with it, you know. I told the story to Coach about how I mispronounced a basketball player's name wrong the entire season, and then once the playoff run was over, then I got the name right. So I appreciate him telling it now. CF10 Houston's head coach is Jimmy Kruger. He's not here tonight. Filling in his shoes is the owner of CF10 Houston, Carlos Flores. Flores played professionally in Bolivia and played soccer at Oral Roberts. Carlos Flores, a solid coaching resume. He's been coaching for over 15 years and has some extensive experience. But he's the owner as well, and so he's filling multiple shoes here tonight.
We talked about it earlier. He knows what it takes to, one, manage a team, run a team.
Right.
And also be on the field. He knows what's going through the minds of these kids right now. Some of them haven't played in front of a crowd this big.
This is a large crowd.
And this is what you got to do for them, especially. And we'll get into keys of victory right now.
Let's do it. I like that. Great transition.
CF10, be aggressive. Mark your man. They had trouble against West Texas last week, or excuse me, 2 days ago, not last week. Be aggressive, mark your man. A lot of defensive miscues. One of them was a penalty kick, too. But again, that's just because you track back late, you foul in the box. Mark your man and be aggressive. Shake the defensive pressure, too. Lubbock is looking to make sure that you don't get any lanes. You don't get second chance balls. You don't get a chance to do anything. So CF10 needs to make sure that they shake that off and play to your strengths. You're a young team. You're fast. You got speed. Use that to your advantage.
Oh, 100%. On the other side, the keys to victory for the Lubbock Matadors, we got these from Coach Mizuraka. He said our core pillars, maturity, camaraderie, and ruthlessness, right? That's what, if you have all three of those, you can do something great. He also said keep your heads, right? You want to make sure that when little things happen, you don't let it go to your head. And then focus on us. If you're attacking together as one and fighting for each other, then you could do whatever you want, right? You could achieve what you want, and that's 3 points at the end of the day. All right, first kick. Moments away. Again, we're live on My Lubbock TV and on YouTube. Marcelo saying, what's good, chat? And then Isabella saying, Lago Luis. It's going to be a good game as we're underway here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Kobayashi here, getting it to Fayez.
Mishandled by Saad, but you see CF10 getting to the ball quickly.
The first smoke bomb's already going as you see it on our left side of the screen. Once we pan left a little bit, we'll be able to see it in a minute. They told us in the coaches show, John, that they have unlimited. They want the Matadors to test to see how many they have because, of course, they use those smoke cannons when they score goals.
I want to see how many they got, too.
I'm interested in knowing, trying to go up ahead. Tonight's match is presented by United Supermarkets. Summer is here, and United Supermarkets has everything you need to make it great. Save money by signing up for the rewards program and save time with street-side grocery pickup. United Supermarkets is proud to be an official supermarket of the Lubbock Matadors. And go Matadors! I like United. You like United, John?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too, man.
Great place to pick up my groceries. Right down the street from me. I mean, they have locations everywhere.
Saad Faiz right there.
You saw it early from CF10. They're trying to feed Merritt just right off the bat. You see him running right down the line there. Coming back inside. Get the ball on his feet. That's what you want to do if you're CF10.
CF10, again, we talked about how this is a younger team. And when talking with the owner, Carlos Flores, it seems a lot like a developmental program where they help you get where you want to be in life and take that next step as a player.
You see another ball being played in a little bit over the top there as Salama brings that one in. But yeah, getting the kids to get out there, and I say kids, and not loosely, by the way.
Young adults.
They're kids. I mean, they're 16, 17, 18.
As they try to cross it here into the middle, Salama climbing up, punching it out. You see them attacking, and Coach Mizuraka talked about that in the pregame, is that the CF10 Houston's going to be the one trying to put pressure on the Matadors, and you're seeing it here in the first 2 minutes.
That's what you want if you're CF10 Houston. Again, be aggressive. Stay running downhill if you can on the offensive end. As number 14, Jose de Maria, a little slow getting back into position.
Yep. Saad Faiz right there. Oh, great pass inward. The Matadors had a chance right there and got ricocheted. And we're going to have a first signature stag corner kick, I think, John. Signature Stag, your one-stop man shop. Trying to jump ahead right there was Francisco Petnaroli, the guy that scored 2 goals in the last game. That was a beautiful setup right there, John.
Small little attack, hitting the crease on the inside. Great defensive presence, though, to get that ball out of there. Corner kick for Lubbock.
Yep, Signature Stag corner kick. Signature Stag, your one-stop man shop. Try to get it headed in there. They had success on it in their last match with Francisco putting it in. That first one will roll out of bounds and it'll be another throw-in for the Matadors. Tonight's our first red out tonight, John, and it's our first official color out of the season, and I see all red out there. It's a beautiful thing.
I'm sad I'm not wearing red.
Yeah, you knew though. You know though, right?
I
In our
did
game
know.
notes
Yeah,
and our
no, I
preps. Again, comment in the comment section tonight on YouTube of where you're at. We want to hear where our fans are watching from tonight, and share this link to all of your friends that love soccer. Or, know a player and want to watch this game. Share it, because YouTube's a great place to be able to share these games.
Ojeda, again, you see him kind of hugging the touchline near the top of the screen there. He's playing both sides of the field, and he has a motor. He can run for days.
Right.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that, number 14.
CF10 Houston has 20 players on their roster traditionally, John, and you look down on their bench, and you only see a handful of players out there. And they told us only four of the players on their roster couldn't come because of various things, work, and all these different things happening in life. And so they have a little bit of less of a bench here tonight, and could depth become a problem?
You have 5 guys out there, 1 keeper, so essentially you have 4 that can get out on the field. Very concerning, though, if you kind of press this. And again, we talked about the quick turnaround, 48 hours between games. You don't want to dig too deep into the bench, and their schedule coming up, I'll get to that later, but their schedule coming up is brutality coming down to the playoffs.
This is a must-win match for both of these teams, as it's going to go the other way. When you play a game in 48 hours, you got to be able to recover. And the Matadors and both CF10 Houston had games in 48 hours. John, what would be a routine you'd have if you had to recover from a game and play immediately in the next 48 hours?
You have to make sure that you're actually getting through your stretches.
Hydration?
You're not gonna have it. Yeah, hydration is the most important thing. But you're not gonna take the longer time off. You're not gonna have the downtime. But you're also not gonna practice and train as hard as you were the week prior. You just can't do that.
Well, and before that Denton match, the Matadors had a whole week off between matches, and you and I kind of talked. We thought it was a good thing for the team, because then it could allow them to decompress, heal a little bit, and be them, because there needs to be a good balance between training sessions and personal stuff, right?
Allowing them to, you get time off. You can't work all the time. Let's face the facts for that one. But allowing the teams to run 11s against each other, feeling more of what you have as a team, getting the guys to bond a little bit better. Because, again, in the NPSL, you have teams like this. It's not just Lubbock. It's not just CF10 Houston. It's everywhere. Basically, you're either stringing guys back. It's a completely different group, and you got to make sure you got to do it as quickly as you can.
Yeah, I think the Matadors had 5 players come back from last year's roster, and there was a whole bunch of new players as well. All right, let's go to the comment section. We had some comments coming in for this. It says, Ruben, let's go Matadors, cheering from San Antonio, the 210. It says, Thamos family's watching from England. Love it, yes, says Bruce Rico. CF10's average age is 20, according to El Gato.
Hey, thank you. And keep an eye out for number 15 on defense for CF10 Houston, Kobe Perlaza.
Okay.
He's going to have a tough matchup against Howard.
Yep, just this height. And you know what? I think everybody on that front line over there is a tough matchup, just because of the talent across the board and the goal-scoring capabilities. As here come the Matadors. Adonis Agalway on that far side. Battling. Showing some physicality. To the middle. Saad Faiz! Yes, sir! G-O-A-L. Goal for the Matadors! 7 minutes into this ball game, and the Matadors are on the board. The celebration's on, and the smoke cannons are on. Saad Faiz does it again. That was beautiful, John.
We'll see it here in the replay, but I talked about this with Coach pregame too. CF10 Houston has trouble keeping those lanes closed. And you'll see that pass come in on the back as you see the lovely red smoke billowing through the air.
That is Saad's 4th goal of the season.
Great vision by Igawe too.
Right, and you know, when you're that close to goal, I think that shows the teammate aspect of it a little bit, right? Not being selfish and giving it to your, you know, getting the assist in that moment, because Adonis Igawe was close as well and probably had a lane to be able to fire it on goal.
You got to trust your teammate to be in the right place at the right time. And it's not even a luck thing. It's, oh, okay, I know exactly what type of run he's going to make. Let me kind of dime it in there. Defender's not looking, sneak in, maintain possession in the box with no pressure around him, and finish that.
Yep, the goal keep for CF10 Houston was on the other side of the goal. Great pass, great execution. Matadors up 1-0.
If you're Houston, I know it's not my first 15 assessment yet, but if you're Houston, you got to get the ball up the field quickly.
Yeah, you know, we talk about time of possession a lot in this broadcast booth covering the Matadors.
There you go, right there with the counter.
Yep, here it comes. Coming to this close left side. Going to be a cross to the middle, headed out by the Matador defense. And it'll be a corner kick, signature stag corner kick, signature stag, your one-stop man shop.
Aiden Mordson actually bringing that attack up. Great job getting into position right there, getting into the open space, sending it. The ball wasn't on target, but hey, you got it in the box.
El Gato saying Aiden Morrison got Gatorade Player of the Year.
Well done.
Yeah, so if you got that kind of accolade, you are talented. Here's your cross here. And it's going to roll out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in by the Matadors. Did you see Will Rodriguez there kind of block out the player, John, and not allow him to get close to that ball for it to roll out of bounds?
Talking about physicality, Coach Kruger, when he was, they had his little interview about a week ago, but he was talking about the physicality, and his guys lack it. He knows, hey, we can be better. We can't be stronger right now, immediately. I mean, they're young guys.
Right.
Be physical. Get in there, and that was one of the keys to victory for me. Be aggressive. Get in there. Rough them up a little bit. I know Lubbock is bigger than Houston is, but get in there still. You don't want to back down.
So you create keys to victory for both the teams. And I said Coach Mizuraka's keys to victory. What were your keys to victory coming into this game for the Matadors?
Well, I mean, one of them was start fast, and Lubbock scores in the 7th minute there. So there goes one key to victory. There's a foul on the play.
I think that's not. It didn't go. It was just you added a check mark next to it, right? Instead of a red X.
Good to go.
That's the teacher in me right there. Yeah, gave him the check mark, not the red X.
Second key, pressure defensively. You're seeing Lubbock press, and that's what they're known for. I mean, they're not going to let you get comfortable at all. They're going to make it as uncomfortable as possible, as you saw in Denton's match just a couple days ago. And the final one, look to create. We saw that opportunity in the box. It's exploiting what CF10 Houston is not good at, and that's watching the passing lanes on the backside.
Matadors trying to push ahead and stolen away by CF10. Rodriguez throws his left leg up there and pokes it away.
Great job snuffing it out. No counterattack opportunity for Houston.
John, I want to say this is our best attended game this season just by looking down at the stands. We got some great attendance here tonight.
It is packed. This house is rocking. It really is.
Joe Bocanegra saying great build-up for that goal. Love seeing Joe in the comments. Of course, Joe was at the game in Denton, and Coach thought Joe was you.
He thought he was me. Yeah, he thought he was me.
Which I think anybody that the first time they, you know, the first time they see Joe and they're like, wait a minute.
Shout out to Clayton, too, from the Mozos for extending that invite.
Right, yeah, that's awesome. You told me how they reached out to each other and had a good time hanging out together.
Oh, shot into the ref right there.
Another place you can have a great time is Two Docks Brewing Company. They're proud to be a part of bringing the world's game to Lubbock, Texas, and being the official beer sponsor of the Lubbock Matadors. Two Docks, located in the heart of the Cultural Arts District at 502 Texas Avenue, provides Lubbock and surrounding areas with artfully crafted beer. Two Docks, a family-friendly, pet-friendly, and your #1 source for fun. Stop in today and support locally crafted beer. And I think that's another perfect transition, John, to is the debate officially over? I think so. Who has the best beer in the NPSL? The social media channels for the Matadors say the Matadors do. Evan Howard winning that battle, fires on it. The goalkeeper got his right leg out and was able to deflect it. Howard was outrunning 3 runners right there, 3 defenders, and had a step on him.
You got to finish that. You created an opportunity for you put the defense behind you, and you're 1v1 against the keeper. You got to finish that.
The Mozos out there chanting hard tonight. And this is your favorite chant, John. I say that every broadcast, too.
I love this one.
It's good energy. And, of course, if you haven't come to a game and you're on the fence and you're watching tonight, come. Because the atmosphere is fun. It's electric. And it goes, and it goes, and it doesn't stop. It's because of the Mozos. They do a great job.
You're running out of chances, too, by the way.
Yeah, that's something we need to talk about a little bit, too. And the amount of opportunities to come see the Lubbock Matadors is starting to dwindle because I believe we have 2 home matches left.
It would be this one and then the next one on July 3rd.
Yeah, July 3rd in the TBD friendly match. So not officially on paper yet, but officially on paper, there's a TBD friendly match. But I don't know. We're in a limbo on that one.
Methodical approach right here to Lubbock. Keeping the physicality up, as you see right there.
Tussle, yeah.
Tussle for the ball. Foul on Houston as it's going Lubbock's direction.
Yeah, it's Adonis Galway over there battling for the ball and not able to come up with it. But the official calls it, and it's going to be going the Matadors' way.
A lot of open space right there in the midfield.
Oh, and a great
ball
pass,
down the line.
yes, to Will Rodriguez, trying to get it into the middle there.
Will plays it just a little bit too early as you see Saad streaking in.
Yeah, I think he was going for Saad Faiz there. There was a defender that bumped right in front of him. Jay saying getting
that was
here late.
that was Petronanoli actually coming in the middle.
In the middle?
Yeah.
You know, Alliance Credit Union has served the South Plains community with lower rates and fewer fees for the last 83 years, and they're just getting started. Join the mission and enjoy the benefits of owning your financial future. Alliance for people, not for profit. Had a great interview with them in their last home match. Grateful for them as they were our presenting sponsor for that game. It's also youth investment night. A lot of great things at each one of these matches, and there's so many different layers of things besides the game that goes into these games, John.
Community focused, community driven. The players do it for the fans, and the fans reciprocate it tenfold. And some nights, like tonight.
Right. So to our YouTube audience tonight, we have 535 subscribers. John said a goal of
550.
550. I'm going to go 575. So make sure you like and you subscribe and you comment and you do all the fun things that YouTube offers because we got some big goals to reach, and I'm tired of losing to John. I'll be honest with you on these contests that we do.
It counts as 2 as Devin if Devin gets his goal.
For real?
I get 1 because I'm undershooting it. You're
I'm trying to go big.
Yeah, you're properly shooting it. You saw high pressure there by Houston, making it a little bit difficult for Lubbock to find an open channel there. Getting the ball up the field. That's what you want if you're Houston. You're not out of the game. It's only 1 goal. You still got plenty of time left in this football match. But apply more pressure. Be more aggressive.
Well, and the one thing that the Matadors want to do, and it's kind of been their mindset really the last couple of games, is just be all gas, no brakes. You're going to see the Matadors keep the intensity, keep the pressure, and keep staying on top of things until that last whistle goes, because they don't want to stop until that last whistle.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, another throw-in, I believe, for the Matadors. Yep, it's going to stick with the Matadors.
All gas, no brakes.
Clayton says, thanks for the shout-out. I'm waving at you from the tailgate.
Hey!
Oop. If fans didn't like that, we're going to see our first yellow card of the match. Of course, yellow cards are presented by Alliance Credit Union for people not for profit. Who's that yellow card going to go against? I believe that was against CF10 Houston or Evan Howard?
That would be against Houston.
Okay. Here's our instant replay of it. Yeah, just a little too handsy.
A little late on that challenge, too.
Great instant replay there. Of course, we got a great crew working this game tonight. Of course, you got me and John, but then the entire Lubbock ICTV crew. Working the cameras, directing, punching the buttons. We appreciate them.
Juan Carlos Santos on that foul, just getting a little bit behind.
Oh, Francisco Petnaroli there doing some some quick moves to get some separation from the defender. Just weren't able to connect.
Oh, looking a little hairy there for Lubbock.
Yeah, Adam Thompson there had to go regather that one and kick it up on a prayer. Stolen away.
Great defense. A little
Yeah, that was Laga
miscommunication right
Luis.
there as Kobayashi got in the way.
Right, now you see, oh, and there's going to be another yellow card. That has to be another yellow card. Yep, there's another yellow card. This yellow card is presented by Alliance Federal Credit Union for people, not profit. That was just a little too much handsy there. And is it one of those things, John, where you know you're going to get beat, so might as well? That sounds terrible to say, but is that it?
It's preventing an attacking opportunity right there. Kobe Perlaza, we were talking about how he's going to have quite a day against Howard, and the frustration just kind of seeped in a little bit there.
Yeah, but now you got to keep your poise. Can't let him get behind you anymore because, right, another yellow, you hit a red. So here's Saad Faiz kicking this one away. Could we see a set piece here? Across to the middle, a header opportunity. That's going to do it. G-O-L-L. Goal for the Matadors. Evan Howard flexing on him. The Matadors lead 2-0. And that happened in the 18th minute.
What a ball by Faiz. Perfect curl. Keeper couldn't come out to it, and by the time he thought about it, too late. Howard puts his head right on the ball in the back of the net.
That is Howard's third goal of the season. That's big time. You see him still celebrating on the pitch down there with Tamo. Woo, that was money, dude. You know, the corner kicks and those kind of setups right there, John, have become a thing where the Matadors have been able to strike goal. Like that, instead of goal, strike goal. And it's been kind of fun to watch.
Unfortunate for CF10 Houston, losing composure right there. Again, that foul by Kobe Perlaza, putting Lubbock in the perfect position. You don't want any set pieces for anybody right there, but even worse when you have 6'5" Evan Howard getting on the end of that.
You hear the Matador faithful, the Mozos saying some chants, letting the CF10 players know what the score is. You know, in everything that I watched coming into this game, preparing to learn about CF10 Houston, everything was in Spanish. Do you remember? Did you notice that?
I did. I caught a lot of that.
Yeah, I didn't understand a single bit of it, but I think the players know what they're saying down there, the Mozos.
I mean, they are based out of Katy, but great Spanish contingent down there, too. Great ball, switching the field there.
Yeah, to Will Rodriguez. Slowing it down, letting his teammates get next to him. Faiz battling. Had a couple of white jerseys dripped all over him.
Great dummy ball there by Petronelli. You see the high press again? Oh, as Kodai slips.
Yep, slips, but able to get back up. Needing to get back on defense. The Matadors do have the numbers. As it was crossed across the field, the Matador was able to get a foot on it.
Lubbock a little slow in recovery. Oh, you had a chance if you're CF Houston, or CF10 Houston. And again, we saw Hunter Merritt bringing the ball up the field, like unmarked, basically, switching the field. Lubbock gets back in transition, puts a foot on it, great. Houston still had a chance.
Streaming for today's game is brought to you by Mears Mazda Volvo, Lubbock's locally owned luxury dealership. Since 1971, our focus is on our clients. We want them to enjoy their experience and find the vehicle that's right for them. Saad Faiz almost found a seam right there that was right for him. But ultimately, they want their customers to be glad that they came to Mears. So go check out our friends at Mears Mazda Volvo today. They are our streaming partner.
Offside there by Hunter Merritt. Get him going. You need to get him going now. First assessment, I mean, we're 22 minutes.
Yeah, give us your 15-minute assessment. We're at 22 minutes.
We're 22 minutes in, but yeah, you need to get Hunter Merritt going, and quickly. The stud from St. Edwards.
They have a lot of players on their roster that have played with each other, though, right, in the local high school level.
All the chemistry. But you're seeing the inexperience. I mean, you had those two fouls. I'm almost back-to-back, actually, in the 16th and the 18th minute, but they need to be able to string it together, and Houston is capable of that. Again, I talked about the draw versus Denton on the 6th, Brownsville on the 10th, 2-2. they can put it together. They can score the ball at will. They just need to get down the field.
Yep. Coming into the comment section on YouTube, Jimmy Bocanegra, Jimmy with an I, says great sin. Jimmy with a Y says, yeah, boy. And then Ruben saying, let's go. And then Joe Bocanegra, the Bocanegras are watching tonight, John, it said, Howard finally gets a header in. That's what's up. It was what's up.
We've talked about it.
And it made the scoreboard go up.
It did. We talked about it between the both of us, too. Howard is big enough to get there. He needs to be peeling off those runs, put the back to the defender just so he can't see the ball, and then get out into space. Howard's fast enough. Howard's strong enough. And, yeah, he needs to be doing more of that. I'd love to see that. Great pass down the line there. Oh, until that second touch. Saad not happy with that. Oh.
Well, and then as soon as CF10 comes up with it, the Matadors steal it right away.
Hunter Marion disappointed in himself not reading that pass.
You know, if it keeps getting stolen away and how rapidly it gets stolen away from you, that kind of can be deflating on a team, couldn't it?
It wears you down, too. I mean, you're putting all that effort in to make that run. You're not getting the ball. It's not paying any dividends. Either possessing the ball, completing a dribble, or even just, like, making any move up the field.
Right.
As Lubbock is doing that right now. Great pass to the outside there. Kobayashi bringing it up.
Yeah, Kobayashi had some distance between the defender there. Going to his left foot.
He's great with both feet. Oh, misread there. Kobayashi is great with both feet, so you need to be on the lookout for that.
Tyler Mizuraka saying the Mizuraka family made the trip from, I think it's St. Louis.
Hey,
because that's where the Mizuraka family's from. We were told that sister, niece, nephew, and dad are here in town tonight. So shout out to the Mizuraka family. Got all the details. Coach was telling us all about it.
He seemed in a good mood today. Very chipper. I know he enjoys talking to us a little bit more now that he knows who we are.
He's gotten to know us.
We're not just these random dudes.
He's a family man. That's what I've gotten from him, though.
Absolutely.
And he's at peace when he's got his family around him. And so I love seeing that the Mizuraka family made the trip and is able to spend some time with him.
Great high pressure here by CF10. Keeping that triangle alive. Love it. Kobayashi's
more, yeah. More hands-on battle right there. Luis getting dragged down from behind. Oh, Tyler finished the comment. It says, from St. Louis, Missouri, Marty's cheering on his uncle from his home. Go Matadors.
We got fans everywhere. I love it.
I love that we've given Marty a shout-out on every game. We see you, Marty. We appreciate you.
Great switch here as Saad brings that in.
Yeah, great. Ooh, and great touch. And a great pass to Evan Howard. He's out front again. Firing with the right leg, blocked by the goalkeeper. Another 1v1 battle right there with Evan Howard. And, you know, eventually you play with fire, you'll get burned. And one of these days they will go to the back for Evan Howard.
They teach you growing up that the goal doesn't move. So Howard keeping his eyes on the ball for positioning, mostly where he's going to strike that ball. Take a little glance, though. Find that keeper out of position. Great effort, though, by Evan Howard. He's feeling it. You can see it. He's feeling it.
Oh, yeah.
He's making the runs. He's getting out there.
He's finding his spots in the positions behind defenders.
Imposing his will, too, physically.
Well, and if you're watching him, just start watching him. He's got 2 white jerseys around him at all times. And that, to me, that's when you know you're respected by the opposing team, right?
It's a different football. I know we're not running a spy or high zone here.
Right. I don't know. Some teams might. You never know. They might get creative, you know. It's like the defensive coordinator that designed the Tampa 2 defense, you know. You might have something over there on the CF10 sideline.
They're dropping with 4 back right now. Their attack, I mean, it's almost commonplace now for every team to play 4 back defensively and then drop to 2 with your wingers coming up offensively. Houston looks to be jamming up the middle, too. Lubbock's not getting the easy lanes that they were earlier. It's a good sign for Houston.
You know what's not a good sign, John?
What's that?
Is that we're down to our last home match. Our last regular season home game for your Lubbock Matadors, Wednesday, July 3rd at 7:30 p.m. against CF10. Scratch that, not CF10 Houston. That's what I have on my notes. Let me pull out my schedule real quick. It is going to be against the Denton Diablos FC. Tickets are now on sale at LubbockMatadors.com. Don't miss out on Fan Appreciation Night presented by Whataburger. Again, that's July 3rd, and that's on a Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. against the Denton Diablos.
Lovely one.
Fayez is down right there. That didn't look good.
Came off a great 1-2. Got clipped there, holding his hip. That's what you want to see if you're Lubbock, not Saad down, of course, but that 1-2 action right there in the box. Saad being helped up there.
Yeah, that's not good right there. Yeah, he's
great sport, Hackney.
Yeah, great sportsmanship right there. Of course, Hackney is assistant coach for the CF10 team. And speaking of assistant coaches, shout out to my G, Coach Alvarado. There you go, German. Give him a shout out. Of course, Coach Alvarado been doing a lot of great things. He, everywhere, every time we've gone to practice or seen things getting ready, he is in the center of all of it, helping out any way he can.
Also a family man.
Yeah?
He's currently away from his, he had an interview.
Ooh, and another, look at that. That's tough.
Yeah.
All right, finish your thought there, John. Sorry.
That is a foul right there. But Coach Alvarado talked about being away from his family, how difficult it is. He had his son, he has his son here.
Okay.
Adorable. That kid is adorable. But again, family-oriented, understanding that, hey, if we want to create opportunities for these kids, like, we need to be here to do these things. And great aid to Coach Mizuraka, too. Great 1-2 action there.
Yeah, into the middle. Firing on goal. It's going to be offsides. I'm learning, John. I'm learning. But that was a good look right there by CF10 Houston to be able to, even though it was offsides, doesn't count, right? It's a, I hate to say it because this is my crutch word, it was an opportunity.
It really was. Again, talked about Merritt getting in the action. Great 1-2 feed right there. A little too much space given to him in the, I know he was offside, but a little bit too much space given to him in the 16-yard box. Not what you want to see if you're Adam Salama. But he was offside.
Salama kicking it into the wind and went the distance. Evan Howard using his head to be able to deflect that ball, and he instantly went down grabbing his head. It kind of looked like it shook him a little bit there, John, as I was watching him kind of fall backwards after hitting his head. Did you see the official there checking on him?
Physio is
saying he's okay.
Not on the field yet. Probably going to take a minute to at least a hydration break here.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. This looks like a hydration break. Hydration breaks are presented by United Express.
The trainer is headed out right there, and yeah, Evan Howard is holding his forehead as he's coming off.
It looks
right
like
now.
it looks like it rattled him a little bit, but something tells me he's going to stay in the game. So we have a hydration break presented by United Express. Of course, tonight's community partners are Lubbock Soccer Association. You can support these organizations by buying tickets at LubbockMatadors.com and using the promo code LSA at checkout. A portion of every ticket with this promo code LSA will not only save you money, but will support local soccer. So make sure you do that for our next match on July 3rd against the Denton Diablos, and that's going to be a big one. Of course, this one's a big one tonight. Every game's a big one as they're trying to get points and try to make that postseason push. But that last one's going to be big because Denton's still in the driver's seat, still sitting in first place. And you just took them down 2-1, and you know they're going to be coming to town wanting to give you their best shot.
We talked about coming down the stretch. There's another match that we're actually looking at right now that is currently happening. FC Brownsville and Laredo Heat will have a score at the half.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good little tease right there.
That's
we have 15.
That's what we call tease in the biz.
Yeah, in the biz. Jay Garcia saying, let's go Matadors 3-1 was my prediction. And then Eduardo saying CF10 missing their best player in Ty Koch.
That is correct.
Of course, they have 4 players that are not here tonight. They traditionally have a 20-man roster. They have 16 players here. And I believe 2 out of the 4 that are not here tonight were goalkeepers. Is that correct? Isn't that what they told us?
The first starting keeper actually
got hurt, tore his ACL.
Tore his ACL.
Yep.
And again, we have Noah Stasic, Brody Conley, Dustin Burke, and Andrew Hackney in the net. 4 players normally not in the starting 11. And again, here's my 30-minute assessment for CF10 Houston. You're creating chances. You're getting your best player, Hunter Merritt, currently up into the box. He's creating threats too, so be aware of that. As for Lubbock, they look composed. They look settled. They're almost doing anything that they want to and everything that they want to. Houston just needs to gum it up just a little bit.
So Coach always talks about with us, like, hey, we controlled 60 minutes from this part to this part. Do you feel like when we talked to Coach Mizuraka, you know, after the game tonight, Do you think he'll say the first 30 minutes we've controlled it and done what we wanted to do?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you came off with 2 goals right off the bat. 7 minutes.
Yeah,
7 minutes in
18.
with Saad, and then 18 with Evan Howard, who looks fine.
Yeah, I knew he wouldn't need to get out. It's just one of those things that I couldn't imagine trying to, hit a ball that just went from the goalkeeper all the way to the 40-yard line on the opposite side of the field, because that thing's moving.
A yellow card has been issued.
Yeah, another yellow card. This yellow card is being presented by Alliance Federal Credit Union for people not profit. That yellow card is going to go against the Lubbock Matadors. And is that Lago Luis? I believe it is. That ball's headed out by a Matador defender. Saad Faiz. Scratch that. It wasn't Saad Faiz. That was Daniel Ryder coming away with it. First time we really had a chance to call him, and he's a Coastal Carolina guy.
Coming in, looked great. Coach was telling us he felt like this was the right call to make to put him in the lineup. Great touches, great chemistry, especially with Evan Howard. He's shown something, and he earned his spot in the lineup tonight.
Look at Salama there fixing the Family Power Sports sign right there. And he was chirping at the CF10 player after that play. Kind of a little slight collision, not too bad.
Salama was talking about it on the coach's show. He's a competitor. He's a gamer. That man knows how to either get in your head.
He wants a nickname too, by the way.
We have to get him one.
Speaking of nicknames, Alex Masterson, part of the coach's show, says Coach Miz or the Mizler. I know he hated. I hate it. I know he. No, you can keep the laugh on. You can laugh. You're allowed to laugh. I think the Mizler's probably out, Alex. I'll be real with you. CF10 off to the right there. They found a seam and they went for it because there was that lane for it.
I believe that was Noah Stasek with that shot attempt there.
I had it as Sean Rivera, 17, right?
That is correct. Sean Carlos Rivera.
Boxing out is Evan Howard. Ooh, and trying to kick it right there was Francesco Pettinaroli. And it's going to stay with the Matadors. Looking at all the things here. And tonight's matchup between your Lubbock Matadors and CF10 Houston is Youth Investment Night presented by United Supermarkets and the special halftime recognizing Special Olympics through United's Give Back program and nonprofit relations. So make sure you check that out during halftime. They're going to do a special giveaway or special halftime recognition for Special Olympics. You know, the guys were out at United, at Amigos, at Market Street this weekend. Yesterday, right? It felt like they walked it felt like they walked off the bus coming back from Denton and had to immediately go out and do that. And I thought that was really cool that they're tired, they're exhausted, they're training for tonight's match, but they still find time to be a part of the community.
It just goes to show what Coach is talking about with being a part of this community, 1. 2, having a great recovery. I mean, a win on the road does that to you, especially against the team that's at the top of the table in the Denton Diablos. Oh,
Howard there. Great sidestep to get away from the defender. Sharing it with a teammate and firing it. Donna Sagawe. You know, we talked about some sauce and some spice. That one had a little bit on it, just a little too much.
You'll see it.
Oh, Alex knows.
When you watch the playback, you'll see Igawe just leaning back a little bit, getting underneath that ball.
Alex Masterson saying, I'm very aware of the dislike of the nickname, hoping to make something stick from it. Yeah, I don't think Coach Mizuraka liked it. He told me right away, I don't like it. And then they made a meme about it on the Facebook page. It was beautiful.
I thought that was hilarious.
It was kind of cool, wasn't it? I was like, dude, you have the same picture. It's like a side-by-side of the WWE guy. Of course, we're 9 minutes away from halftime, and coming your way during the halftime break, I'm going to be talking to Abby Rampy, the Director of Public Relations for United Supermarket. Super pumped to be able to talk to Abby coming on your way during halftime. Another fire. That one's off. It was going to go top shelf, but it was just a little too strong on the left side.
Houston is slowing Lubbock's advance. They're just jamming up the middle, basically throwing bodies at it. Not allowing Lubbock to find those avenues that they were fortunate to have in the first 20 minutes.
So on the defensive end, they're locking down, but then at the same time, right, John, they're seeing their chances and their percentage, you know, of positive things going up here.
There we go, as we see Merritt running down the line again.
Yep, trying to block him out. Cross to the middle. And then cleared to the parking lot on the south side, or on the north side, rather. So we'll have a signature stag corner kick. Signature stag, your one-stop man shop. Yeah, we're going to come up with a nickname for Salama. Let's challenge the YouTube comment section for that, huh?
Hey,
so last year we had a... Oh, here's your signature stag corner kick as we... It's a strong one.
That one sails. It just got off
Yeah,
the
you
foot.
just see it floating. Multiple headers, though, by CF10 Houston. They had 2 players make contact with their head right there. Salama clears it.
Oh, he was trying to get that pass driven, got underneath it a little bit.
Yeah, trying to get it to Saad. So let's challenge the YouTube comment section to come up with a nickname for Adam Salama, the goalkeeper for the Lubbock Matadors. Last year we had the Great Wall of Lubbock.
Sam Gomez.
With Sam Gomez.
Shout out to Sam Gomez.
Yes, shout out to Sam. And so we need to come up with a nickname for goalkeeper for this year, Adam Salama. We're going to give that task to the YouTube comment section. CF10 here with it. The ball's a little bit all over the place, John, for both teams.
Yeah, it's getting away from them a little bit. Control the pace, control it. I know Lubbock is up 2-0, but you got to maintain the composure. Oh, almost a chance there for Houston.
Right.
You had 2 runs going in the same direction for them, and they didn't go the way that you wanted it to there.
And you're seeing it. You're seeing the sets and the pieces being able, the formations coming up on for CF10. And so,
what's
crazy,
crazy,
if you're a CF10 fan, you're seeing it.
Yeah, what's crazy about that is that you had Morrison coming in from the back, making a streaking run, going in the same direction as Merritt was. But yeah, you got to make sure you're spaced out there for that.
Got our first nicknames coming into the comment section. I'll read them out in just a few moments. I want to let more of them start coming in. But I see you, Jake. You're coming up with some good stuff. Yeah, you're seeing CF10 starting to do something pretty good here on the offensive end. I feel like I've been looking left now, John, for the last few minutes.
Right idea right there. They're getting the ball into the box, which it's a slight improvement from what you were doing before. Number 26, Brody Conley, actually sending that ball in there. Great vision, right idea. Just couldn't get it on his head.
Evan Howard battling for position there. Adonis Agalway was the one that came up with it. Luis Ago flipping sides, or Lago Luis, my apologies.
Great step there.
Yeah, he's so physical.
Great
on
defense.
That ball.
That's
yeah.
excellent defense there.
It's the discipline to keep it there. It was number 10 for him. Don't have a number 10 in their starting lineup. It happens. Back down the other side, though, is CF10. A great pass up ahead. See Kobe Kobayashi calling out some defensive plays. A header. And Salama comes away with it. CF10, John, pressure, pressure, pressure. We're seeing it here from the guys rocking the all-white kits.
Great tussle there. Pulling the jersey there, right there.
It's going to stay with CF10 Houston.
Noah Stasic right there, just getting in the face of Kobayashi and preventing him from getting back in. Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, Salama going to try to get that one. You know, after seeing him in training sessions and how intense he is, you see why he's going after the ball like that.
Well, I mean, Hunter Merritt is giving it to him almost twofold there, dropping that shoulder in there and letting him know, hey, I'm in the box. I'm going to be in your box.
I'm here.
You're going to see me. And he felt him there.
I would be feeling him tomorrow, too, if I was at him, because I'm getting old, John.
Great job, though, by Hunter Merritt. He's still attacking, and Houston is feeding him, as you see right here on the replay. Just a little check, a little nudge there.
Okay, so Jake Castillo coming in with more comments since we're talking about Salama and playing goalkeeping the defender. He says salami.
No.
No. The salami lid. A fire? No. It's going to be a signature stag corner kick. Signature stag, your one-stop man shop. The salamander. Yeah, we're getting closer there. So Jake, I'm basing it off of John's facial reactions, and the best one you got was the last one. Adam the Attitude from Alex.
I kind of like that one.
Yeah?
He's not reckless, though. He's very calculated in where he's coming from with the competitiveness.
Uh-huh.
As you can see, he's making his way all the way back from the halfway line.
Right. So here's your signature stack corner kick, signature stack, your one-stop man shop. Trying to see who has the signature stack corner kick. It's number 17 for the Lubbock Matadors, and that's Daniel Ryder. Getting his first start of the season for the Matadors. He is filling in for Jack Pasco. Pasco on the sub list today.
Oh, that ball almost curled.
Yet another Matador down. Ryder crossing it. Evan Howard is still down, is not getting off the ground. Grabbing his right shoulder.
A counter opportunity right here for CF10.
Yeah, it's a 3-on-2. Oh, and a great pass. Saad Faiz trying to get back out there. Salama diving on it, and ooh, if you're a Matador fan, that was an intense sequence.
Howard slowly walking back. The line judge just kind of waving him off there.
Salamatron. That was a comment from Suzanne Thompson. John Light, he got a smile out of that one. Salama Mama from Ruben. These are getting good. Battling for position was Adonis Igaway.
Still battling.
Still battling. Coming away with it. Oh, going through the legs of a defender. We're looking for something here. And are we going to get it, John? I think we are. Oh, and he's down right now after that, grabbing his left ankle. Oh, man. So here's your instant replay of it. Instantly grabbing his left ankle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's not good. He's still down. He was actually calling for help whenever his first teammate came to come and talk to him.
And they're waving on the medical staff.
Yep, still grabbing his left ankle.
I'm surprised there's not a card for that. That was a little bit of a reckless challenge.
Yeah, and if we still have that instant replay, I'd love to see it again.
Yeah, Adonis already had him beat. And again, we talked about CF10 Houston not being able to track back in time and just kind of being slower a little bit on the transition. And that's what caused that foul. The ref pointed to the spot almost immediately as Adonis is getting tended to there.
You know, lower body injuries are something that you see a lot in soccer, but that's something you don't want to see, especially when you see an ankle or a knee where they instantly grab it. That's the last thing. So they're going to have Evan Howard with the honors of doing the PK, and we're moments away from that, but here's your instant replay. We're going to have to be quick on it. Ooh, yeah, took out his leg.
Late challenge there.
Yep. So here's your PK. Goes to the left and does it again. Golazo Matadors in the 46th minute. In the extra time, give him an extra score. It's 3-0. You hear it, John. The sirens are going off. The smoke cannon is going off. Evan Howard's all smiles. That's his second goal tonight. And I believe his fourth of the season.
Confident take. Excellent take on the penalty. As you see right here, body position outside. Keeper already made his decision, and it was the wrong one. Evan Howard with grace, with poise, puts that in the back of the net. The Matadors are up 3-0.
I want to know what the tattoo says on the arm that he's showing, because it's like that's his celebration that he points to the tat. So I need to know. Ooh, we have our first substitution coming in. Of course, substitutions are presented by Grease Monkey. There's no substitute for you or your vehicle. Go see our friends at Grease Monkey today. I believe this is a substitution for CF10 Houston. Scratch that. That wasn't a substitution. That was 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah,
what am I talking about?
Stoppage time.
What am I talking about? We have 4 minutes of stoppage time. But shout out to Grease Monkey, though, because they do a great job. That kind of just changes everything, John, right? I felt like CF10 was finally starting to find their groove. You were seeing them move the ball, passing it well, having chances on goal, just for it to be just, it feels like it just got snubbed away. Everything positive that they had going.
Smothered. Oh, that's a high boot there. And again, that's a tough assignment for Brody Conley as well. I mean, you have Evan Howard, 6'5", all muscle, just knocking you down, battering you, beating you up.
All right, back to the comments because we got a lot of Salama nickname ideas coming through. Okay, so John, Jake's calling you out, John. John doesn't like salami, huh?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. Safe hands Salama.
Oh, safe hands. I like that.
Yeah.
Counter opportunity here by CF10, and there's Salama.
Yeah, safe hands Salama.
Rocketing out there.
If he didn't go out there and do that, we might be talking 3-1 right here. Here's your instant replay of it. Ryder there right next to him.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the diving save by Salama. Getting the little feet tangled up right there, and he's over there talking to that side official.
Oh, he's letting him hear it for sure.
Are we about to see a corner kick is what I'm thinking.
I think we're about to see a penalty.
A penalty kick. And then a yellow card.
Yeah.
That yellow card is presented by Alliance Federal Credit Union for people not profit. He's in the ear of the official, and I guess the official heard enough. Wes saying, let's go after that goal. It was pretty awesome. Joe saying, I'm going to let you read this one for Joe. Salama should be.
Sueño, the dream.
Okay. I'm lost there. I apologize. Alex saying, give me some time. First drafts are tough. Something to do with his personality or his nationality. All right, so we're going to get a PK here in the 49th minute for CF10 after a sliding tackle to save it. Here is your first PK for CF10 Houston. John, I say it all the time, PK stops help you win games. Can the Matadors get one here? Top left, and it's good. We got a goal for CF10 Houston off of the PK in the 49th minute.
Great take again there. Even with that crowd just blasting you with noise. Maintaining poise, well done. Well taken too. And just like that, Houston's back in it. Aiden Morrison taking that penalty kick there.
Well, and he went to the right. He dove on the right side. He knew exactly where he was going with it.
Yeah, but it's the pace and where he put the placement on that shot too, as Lubbock gets ready to go into the half.
Yeah, John, give us your first half thoughts, man, as we're getting ready to wrap up this first half any second now.
We can save that for the halftime show.
Oh, for the halftime show. Of course, we do have an interview coming your way during halftime with Abby Rampy, but that's going to do it for the first half. 3-1, your score here. John, this has been a pretty exciting first half for the Lubbock Matadors. The PK in the 49th minute, though, for CF10 Houston gets them on the board.
They needed that. There was a little bit of a lifeline. It was almost dwindling away, and Morrison able to take that spot. A lot of things happening for a little bit of a breakdown. I'm pretty sure Coach Mizuraka is not happy with how that half ended. As you can see, Kodai Kobayashi still talking to the refs there at the center line.
Yeah, same with Will Rodriguez. And so when we return, we'll have our halftime show presented by United Supermarkets and their public relations director, Abby Rampy, coming up to talk with us. We'll be back with more. You're watching Lubbock Matador Soccer on My Lubbock TV and on YouTube.
The hunger to win is fueled by a chance to compete and the thrill of the action. The cheers from the crowd energize our team and push them on to victory. Whether it's the pre-game excitement of tailgating or the post-game euphoria of winning celebrations, United Supermarkets always brings an A-game to your... The hunger to win is fueled by a chance to compete and the thrill of the action. The cheers from the crowd energize our team and push them on to victory. Whether it's the pre-game excitement of tailgating or the post-game euphoria of winning celebrations, United Supermarkets always brings an A-game to your party. From kickoff to tip-off and the final buzzer to the last out, United Supermarkets is proud to feed the competitive spirit.
Why do we grow? We do it for family. We do it for friends. We do it for new homes. We do it for a brighter future. We grow for you. We are Alliance Credit Union, and we grow for people, not profit.
Welcome back to Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. 3-1 your score here at the halftime break. Devin Ward here alongside John Bocanegra. John, thoughts on that first half? The Matadors did some really good things. CF10 getting some life late.
They took the foot off the gas. You talked about being pedal to the metal, all gas, no brakes. They let up a little bit, and that kind of let Houston back in it too. Salama coming out, not an ill-advised challenge, just not in the right place as he should have been, and it allows Houston to get back into the match as it's 3-1 now.
Right, 3-1, but what have you seen from the Matadors that you think they've done well here in the first half? I think really the first 35 minutes, they did a lot of really, really great things.
Oh yeah, talking about controlling the pace, Lubbock did that in spades, and making sure that Houston wasn't able to create any sort of attacking motion. A little bit of a change there in about the 30th minute too, as you saw Houston just putting a little bit more pressure, playing a higher press, making sure they're actually getting into space and creating opportunities, and we're seeing a little bit of the toughness come out from them.
Absolutely. A young group, but a fearless group, and they're a group that's going to fight. What do you think they're talking about in their locker room right now with Coach Flores and trying to make some adjustments at half?
Oh, keep the intensity up. Whatever you're doing right now, calm down. You're letting the emotions get the best of you as they have 2 yellow cards in the first half. But make sure that you're executing. You want to make sure that you're in the game. You got 1 goal back, basically.
You did, yeah.
But you're still in the game, and keep that intensity up is what you want to do if you're CF10 Houston.
What we want you to do, though, as you're watching tonight on YouTube and on My Lubbock TV as well, but on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share it with all your friends. We want to grow our audience, we want to grow our brand, and let them know what we're doing here, because if you can't make it to the game, this is the second best option, right?
Oh, yeah. You got us.
You get to deal with He got us. Yeah, John muted his mic earlier when we were coming up with nicknames for Coach Mizuraka. But coming your way right after this, we're going to take another quick break. The Matadors are up 3-1. We're going to be talking with United, and we're going to be talking with Abby Rampy, the Director of Public Relations. So when we return, we're going to be talking with one of our huge supporters. We'll be back with her right after this.
When you hear the word cancer for the first time, suddenly every moment matters.
How do I tell my family?
Where do I go for the best treatment?
At Covenant Health, you're never alone.
Covenant's cancer team is made up of the finest oncology specialists in the region, armed with state-of-the-art technology so you can stay close to home for the most advanced treatment available.
Cancer care at Covenant Health, because when you hear the word cancer, every moment matters.
Hey, Mom.
Mazda?
Mazda.
Mazda. The Mazda CX-5. It's made to move you.
Take advantage of this exceptional offer at Mears Mazda.
And with that, we're back here. Halftime almost over, but we have a big conversation in store here. We're with Abby Rampy, the Director of Public Relations with United Supermarkets. First of all, so grateful for you guys. Thank you for coming up here and talking with us.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so excited to be here. This is such a fun game, and we've just had the best time tonight.
And a great crowd on store, too.
Yes.
I was telling John, I think this might be one of our biggest ones yet. Our general manager's kind of giving me the head nod.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the community's coming out and supporting the Matadors, and it's so fun to see.
It really is. I mean, we're just excited to be here, and we called all of our friends too, and we're like, it's United Night, so you have to come.
Your face has got to be in the place for United Night. Talk about why it's important that you guys support the Matadors and this great organization out here and your guys' involvement.
Well, I think that's the 100% one way we do is because of the friends that come and the families. This is such a great, fun event in Lubbock, and it's so nice to bring your kids out and have a good time. So we're just really proud to be part of this group.
Yeah, you talk about kids being out here. My wife and kids are out here tonight.
Yes.
They're enjoying this game, and you should be too if you're at home watching these games. They're so much better in person and getting to experience it.
Yeah, I mean, the hecklers are really fun. So
yeah, the Mozos.
Yeah, I mean, they're so good to listen to, and just bring your family out and have a great night. The weather is always good too. I don't know, it's the way the stadium is positioned.
Right, yeah, the shade comes instantly, right?
It is. It is so nice. So
talk about y'all's involvement though with Notorious. Notorious is our mascot, and you guys play a huge role in him being able to go out and be a part of the community.
Yeah, we do. So I mean, of course, we have our logo on his sleeve, and we're really proud for that. But we just love what Notorious does. But going out in the community and reading to kids, and education is a big part of what United Supermarkets is part of and involved in. And just the fact that the team and Dustin, the manager, does such a good job getting him out in the community and just being part of it. So that's why the Matadors is so important to United and Lubbock. Is it's not just a soccer game on a field. It's part of the community.
100%. And you guys are all in on the community. You guys have places. I'm drawing up. Grocery stores all over the place. I don't know why I was drawing a blank on grocery stores, but y'all have locations all over the place. And why is it important that you guys get involved in the community? Because I feel like y'all are everywhere.
Well, we are. I mean, we have 97 locations in West Texas and New Mexico. And,
that's awesome.
It's important to be involved in the community, because if it wasn't for the community, we wouldn't be here. If our guests didn't shop with us, we couldn't do amazing things to support the community and give events like the Matadors and the games to Lubbock. So we're just so honored by our guests.
Yeah, I have about 1 million rewards points with United, and you should too, because there's so many perks of
Yes.
being a rewards member with you guys. Talk about the perks of being a part of you guys at United.
Well, absolutely. So if you were at the game tonight and you didn't have not signed up for the rewards, we had a game that you could play and you get swag. Sign up for the rewards.
Wow.
I mean, my favorite perk is free gas. So the more you spend, the more gas you get for free. And, we have great fuel stations. Our fuel stations are the best. And you can also go in and just get quick convenience food. So phenomenal place.
Talking about food, you guys took care of our team this week with a huge pallet of food. And, this is the biggest roster that the Matadors have ever had. And it takes, you got to feed them, right? And they're out here working hard. They're athletes and they're super hungry. But you guys are helping us with that this year.
Yeah, absolutely. We're honored to help you with that. And these guys come from all over. And, Lubbock is known for hospitality. So we can't not have them here and not give them a good meal. And, they run. This field is huge. I probably should run this field about 3 times a day, but they do a good job of running it and getting out there. So we're happy to feed them.
I'm out of breath watching them.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
I can't do it.
I think I could do it once.
Yeah, maybe we should challenge.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? We'll talk to Dustin
really
about
fun.
it. It'd be a United Supermarkets event. Any final thoughts, though, on being able to come out here and be a part of this organization and giving back to nonprofits like you guys do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like I said, United is part of the community, and it's who we are, and it's what we do. So the education piece that the Matadors does for the community and the youth part, the children, is so great. And tonight we get to do a halftime presentation for Special Olympics, and the Matadors has helped Special Olympics in the past, and we were happy to do it at our United Express convenience stores. And so we did a scan tag, which is when guests can come in and give us money, and we get to give it to the Special Olympics. So
that is awesome.
And those are the reasons why we do this every year.
Community, community, community. That's what I hear from you as we're talking with you, and United is a big part of our community. Abby Rampy, Director of Public Relations for United Supermarkets, thank you for coming up here and talking with us, and thank you so much for being a part of our amazing organization.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, super grateful. All right, we're about to get John on the headset momentarily, and we're super pumped to hear from him in just a second. Abby, thank you so much for everything you do. 3-1, you see the exciting fans. I love that camera angle here. Got some young fans, and if you have a young fan that hasn't had a chance to be like this young fan, make sure they come on out and hang out with us. It's United Supermarkets night. That was a quite fitting camera angle right there, wasn't it? I think so. Looking to see if I could see my young fans, my kids out there. 3-1, the score, though, coming out of halftime. John, we're a minute out from this coming up as we start the second half, and we couldn't be more excited. You see Evan Howard still messing with that shoulder a little bit. He's got some tape going on underneath it, John, and that was the right shoulder that he was kind of grasping a little bit when he came up on the ground, probably a few minutes into that extra time. Going into the comments section here, got a lot of nicknames coming in, and I like that because I told our general manager during our halftime show, during our little commercial break that we had, that we were trying to get a nickname for our goalkeeper. And he said, absolutely. That's been the tradition of this club, having a nickname for the goalkeeper. Of course, the Great Wall of Lubbock, Sam Gomez last year. And so we're getting more comments here in the comment section. Zach was safe hand. Salama is good.
The shield.
I
like the shield.
The Great Wall of Salama, maybe. Going to some, trying to hint. Alex Masterson saying, hence the attitude. Gotta love his passion. Love his passion. The Great Salambino. Kind of like the Great.
Yep. Nope. I got it.
I think that one might stick for me.
I see you.
I'm liking it, Ruben. I'm liking it, and I'm loving all these options you're looking at. Alex Salama, the goalkeeper, he's all smiles. But once the time starts and the whistle blows, he is intense.
I saw it in that interview we had on the Coaches Show.
Was he intense live?
Every Monday, 1 p.m. on Facebook, or on YouTube, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was great. Turns it off, turns it on, knows exactly when to do which. And, I mean, you saw it. He had to come out. He had to try to make that save. The jawing back and forth with the official, probably you could have left that alone. But again, that shows his intensity, and you like to see that in your keeper.
Yeah, it tells me he cares, that he's invested,
absolutely.
and that he's here. And I guess it's a learning moment, right? He's played a lot of soccer in his time, and so I don't know. I guess the official had enough at that point, right?
Oh
and
yeah, I mean you can only do so much.
You know who does a lot for us though? Mears Mazda Volvo, Lubbock's locally owned luxury dealership. At Mears, you'll find the best inventory, the best process, and the best prices. Since 1971, their focus at Mears is to provide their clients with an exceptional buying experience. Go see our friends at Mears Mazda Volvo off of Spur 327. We do want to thank Abby for coming up here and talking with us, the Public Relations Director for United Supermarkets. She was a great interview and told us a lot of great things about United and what they stand for and their mission and their core values. And to me, it all screamed community, and I loved that about it. See Notorious the Bull, their United logo is on the side of Notorious and plays a big part in how Notorious is able to go to our community and go to our schools. And as an educator myself, I've seen Notorious at a handful of schools when I was there, and so I know he's all over the place doing great things.
FC Brownsville match has been postponed as of an hour ago due to bad weather. No update yet on when that game will be rescheduled.
Their graphic that they did there had to be AI generated because that is elite. Is it a rain delay, do you know, or it's got to be some kind of delay. And we have our first substitute coming in for this match. Jack Pascoe's checking into the game for Ago Luis. Jack Pascoe, and this substitution is brought to you by Grease Monkey. There's no substitution for great service for you and your vehicle. Go see Grease Monkey today. Jack Pascoe checking into the game. Pascoe, traditionally a starter, John, coming off of the bench tonight as a substitute.
You're looking for a player that can help you kind of get things back under control. We talked about how it kind of got away from Lubbock a little bit in the last 20 minutes plus stoppage time. Pascoe is going to be an anchor for sure that you're going to rely on.
He is stellar at what he does. He's been the signature Stag man of the match a couple times. And when, you know, there's so many guys on this roster. This roster is deep for the Lubbock Matadors. We cannot stress that enough. As you see Adonis Agawe here coming up here on this left side, kind of losing control of it. And the goalkeeper's going to come away with it.
Nice
you heard the fans' excitement there because that was a chance for Adonis Agawe. Going back to Jack Pascoe, though, this roster's deep. There's so much talent, and if you're Coach Mizuraka, every game you're having to come up with your 11 and your 18. And to me, from the outsider looking in that has gone to a training session, that has seen these guys in action, that is a tough decision to make every week.
It's a great and terrible problem at the same time to have.
It's a double-edged sword.
With your team being so deep, it's, okay, who do I take off? Oh, man, someone had a great practice. Am I going to be able to have the same lineup? You're not going to have the same 11 all the time. And again, we saw one minor change in.
Yeah, with Ryder coming in.
Yep.
We also saw another minor change in the substitutions this week, and you might like this, John. Tyler Capelli, the goalkeeper. He is the substitute today for Salama.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Literally blood.
Dude,
as we saw
he was intense.
The training ground, just elbows shredded, just
diving on the ground.
Tough, getting at it, taking direction from both keepers. I mean, you're battling for position on whether or not you're going to get playing time, but for sure, seeing them go that hard in the training ground, it's paying dividends right now as Lubbock's up 3-1.
Trying to push the ball forward with CF10. You see them trying to bring the pressure back that they had in those last 10 minutes of that first half. Coming up after the game today, we're going to have an interview with Coach Mizuraka, and then we'll hear from our general manager, Dustin McCorkle, previewing our last home match here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park when they host the Denton Diablos. Which down this stretch, John, if you know, Coach told us for the first time this season he looked at the standings on his way back from Denton. Down this final stretch, every game matters, and every game is going to be tough in all caps.
Live table right now, Denton 14 points first place, Laredo 13, West Texas FC 13, split by goal differential there. Brownsville 9 points. Lubbock currently would have 10 points, would vault them up actually to fourth place. CF10 would be stuck at 5. Austin United 4 points, Fort Worth 3 points, and mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
That's rough. But you talk about point differential and how big that is, John. Right now the Matadors are +2 in goal differential, while CF10 Houston is -6, and if the game ended at half, both of those stats would have been padded.
Oh, and
goal differential
in both different directions, too, at that.
Yeah. So goal differential is huge because, like you just heard John talk about, right, that was the tiebreaker between those two clubs.
And again, Houston is nipping at the heels of Lubbock.
Yeah.
Just 2 points off currently. If this result holds, they'll be 5 points off.
It's a must-win for both of these clubs, and that's why you've seen the intensity from both these clubs just continue to elevate over the course of this ball game.
You're seeing a lot of a higher press from CF10 Houston. Oh, a little bit mismanaged there. Foul on the play.
Hey, John, you know when we go back after this game and reflect on things that we went well and didn't go well, I drew a blank on grocery store during our United interview. I know. What happened?
I'm looking at you in disapproval.
You are. They'll put that in the box. But speaking of being in the box right there, Salama's just stealing that one in the air, showing his soft hands that he has.
The shield.
The shield.
I like that.
So on the schedule, the remaining schedule for the Lubbock Matadors, you have today, of course, with CF10 Houston. You go on the road to face the Laredo Heat, and then you go on the road to face FC Brownsville, and a kind of a back-to-back scenario where we saw what we saw this weekend, right? A game on Thursday, then a game on Saturday. Then they'll come home to host Denton Diablos on the 3rd of July. Hopefully they're popping fireworks that night, right, off of a big win. That'd be nice. And then El Dustico, the finale on the 7th of July.
Long stretch.
Yeah.
For any team, actually, in the Lone Star Conference, any team in the NPSL, really, schedules are stacked going into the end of the season. We have a home, away, and home for, we talked about CF10 Houston, West Texas FC, Lubbock, at Brownsville for the next match.
Dude, you are in this final stretch where it's just
3 matches in 7 days. You're going to see that a lot on everyone's fixtures.
Well, and it's everybody that's in the top half of the standings are playing everybody in the top half of the standings, right? So this is where you're going in these final 4 games is where you're going to see the best of the best come out on top. Michael Salazar saying, hey, I just wanted to say I'm glad the scoreboard on the TV screen is smaller. The other one was a little too huge and couldn't see the game like I wanted to.
We hear you as we saw that signature stack corner kick just get away from Houston there. Heavy touch there by Howard.
Yeah, the Matadors out front right there. Zach saying his safe hands in action. Attaboy Salama. I think safe hands is it, dude.
I like the shield better.
You're in safe hands with Salama. Sounds like an Allstate commercial.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Can be, though. Hit us up. Speaking of a great sponsor, today's broadcast, again, sponsored by Mears Mazda Volvo, Lubbock's locally owned luxury dealership. At Mears, you'll find the best inventory, the best process, and the best prices. Since 1971, our focus is to provide our clients with an exceptional buying experience. So I'm watching.
Great ball.
I'm watching the Mozos over here, John. And again, they continue the trend of having something going throughout the entire course of the game, and that's what makes this thing so much fun. It's the environment, the energy, it's contagious.
You got to be here. You really do.
You
I
do.
can feel it up here, and we're not even outside with everybody else. I would love to be some nights.
We can move over to to the left a little bit, probably, right?
Yeah, let's get in there. Let's just go. We should do a live broadcast from the field once. That'd be awesome.
Kind of like the Pat McAfee show on ESPN, how they do theirs.
There you go.
Salama getting rid of that one right there.
Playing with fire there.
Yep.
High press again. It's going all the way. It's box to box for CF10 Houston right now.
That's got to be their game plan, right? Because if you steal it away right there, you got something.
We talked about the keys of victory at the beginning of the game to be aggressive. Halftime adjustment, don't do anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just swarming the ball. As you see, 2 defensive, 2 center backs there. Everyone else pressing up, allowing more opportunity to feed the ball.
See CF10 there. More physical play. Will Rodriguez. Some fancy touch work there, too, by him. As he continues to battle the defender. CF10 comes away with it, and then stolen immediately away. There was a lot of physicality in that little section right there,
yeah.
John. And Will Rodriguez was determined not to be out-physicaled by the defender by CF10.
Poor Hunter Merritt, too, just kind of taking a spill there, just getting the brunt of it, too. Rodriguez dropping that shoulder, just boxing out, not intentional fouling there, but just trying to create some space there. Merritt goes to the ground. A squandered cross in there for Houston.
Rodriguez clears that out, trying to get it up ahead to Evan Howard.
Great speed, great recovery there.
Yeah, that CF10, tip your cap to them right there. They dropped back and was able to not allow anything. That was some great defense getting back there, John. Nobody out in front of Howard, and then immediately 3 defenders right on top of him. I want to thank everybody for watching on My Lubbock TV tonight and on YouTube. I love being on My Lubbock TV, John, because it's another platform and another audience for us to be able to reach some new soccer fans, or maybe some soccer fans here in the Hub City and the surrounding areas, because realistically, My Lubbock TV goes all the way up to Plainview, all the way out to Seminole, right? This is an audience from all over the area.
We know how tough it is to find a link, a trusted link at that.
Trusted, that's the key word.
Yeah. For everybody that's here in Lubbock, hey, welcome. For everybody else joining us on YouTube, we're all over the globe.
Yeah, and on a trusted link again. Can't emphasize that enough, because when the Matadors go on the road, this last game against Denton was okay because it was on Facebook, right?
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes you get these links and you're like, I don't want to click that.
Yeah.
You know, is this a...
It's like you don't want to catch those viruses.
One of those, one of those phishing tests that your job sends out that you're like, dang it, I accidentally clicked it. And then you got to go through security training for the next month.
Another high press here by CF10. Oh, almost a buttery smooth touch there by Evan Howard, trying to get that. He owns it up to it too, puts his hand up, claiming it's his fault.
Luis Barreto saying, let's go CF10. Ruben saying, happy belated birthday to Adam Thompson. Tomo celebrated his birthday this week. Well, happy birthday, Tomo. They love Jay saying, I'm at the game. Go Matadors. Love to hear that you're watching us here at the game. I think that'd be a really cool experience. Listening to us on TV, you know, listening to the TV call while watching the game in person.
Yeah.
I think that'd be enough. I see people do that at like
football games.
Yeah. Let's do it at these football games.
They like the home. They like the home call. I understand why. I'm here for it.
Yeah, let's listen at these football games too. I like that. CF10 here. That's a shot. The deflection. Salama having to lay out for that one right there. The deflection right to another CF10 player led to that shot on goal.
Almost a dangerous play there by Salama, but you like seeing him coming out with that aggression.
Yeah, showing his shield.
Cutting off the angles.
Going up.
Great switch.
Yeah, that initially was going to go to Evan Howard.
Oh, right idea.
Saad Faiz right there. Trying to play some suffocating defense. Oh, and there's a couple players down. Just tangled up their feet. Crossing it over here to Adonis Agawe. Back come the Matadors. Agawe directing traffic. Going to his right foot. Oh, what a stop. That was nasty. I loved it.
Adonis is trying to create space there. No going there. Great defense by Houston there. As you see the press just continuing to move up.
You know, the dribbling skills is what's the most impressive to me, is that's just a little too high.
Jean Carlos Rivera there playing great defense, astounding defense on Agawe.
Here's that last look at the shot on goal. Salama there having to lay out for it.
Great touch, great turn. The ball's right where you want it to be.
It was a deflection off of another player that led to that shot. That's one of those things that when you're in the box, you got to be on your toes, because the ball could be coming from anywhere. We're going to have a substitution coming in for the Lubbock Matadors. It looks like Pablo Diaz is about to check into the game.
Fan favorite.
Yeah, one of the fan favorites. A guy that almost had a goal, John, in the last game, in his like 3 minutes that he was able to get in. You hear the fans starting to clap for him right there. There is Pablo Diaz. He's going to be checking in for
Adonis Agawe.
Yep, Adonis Agawe. After showing his fancy footwork, here comes Pablo Diaz. This substitution is presented to you by Grease Monkey. There's no substitution for great service for you and your vehicle. Go see our friends at Grease Monkey today. I think 107th and Slide. I drove by them the other day, John, and I was like, mental note, they're on 107th. As that long pass is going to go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Matadors. Pasco coming away with it, has 2 defenders right on top of him immediately.
Great job getting out of the trap there.
You see the defense by CF10 Houston get elevated after halftime. Don't you agree?
The problem with that is since they're overloading, they're leaving the middle of the field wide open and the switch.
Eventually, the Matadors will be able to take advantage of it, is what you're saying.
They almost did there. Mishandled there by Will. Ball going CF10's way.
All right, CF10's going to get a throw in here. All the comments saying, Pablo, Pablo, Pablo. The comment section's excited that he checked in.
Oh, yeah. Everyone erupted when he checked into the table.
Well, and rightfully so, right? He's been a part of this club since day one. He's been one of your top goal scorers and most likely is the top goal scorer in the history of the Lubbock Matadors. He had 8 goals last season. And I'm drawing a blank on how many he had in year 1, but he is an elite striker, and the fans have loved him and his time here in Lubbock. He's actually from LCU as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a fan favorite.
Yep. So close on this close left side. When that's a slide. Pablo going for the ball here. This is why they love him. His effort and his intensity. And yes, sir! There it is! G-O-L-L. Goal! Pablo Diaz! Just 2 minutes into him being in the ball game. He does what he does. He puts it in.
Super sub, super touch, floating it.
It's the
unfortunately right over Hackney.
It is the extra effort and his intensity, right? He didn't have to go get it, but he did, and it pays off in the 60th minute.
Coach Mizuraka talked to us about it too. He wants a guy that comes off the bench, keeps the energy going, and that's what Lubbock needed. They were kind of lulling a little bit.
John, I got the chills, and they're
yeah?
multiplying.
You got the goosies?
And I'm losing control. It's 4-1. That's a movie reference there.
Oh, no, I got you.
You got it? Oh, that kick goes over the head of Salama.
Fantastic touch by Diaz, too.
Going to the comments. Pablo does it again, says Joe, the super sub.
Super sub.
Man, I'm hyped up now.
Everybody is.
I'm hyped up now.
The fans are on their feet, for sure.
Right. This goes to show, Ryan. Looks like it's going to go in the direction of the Matadors. You saw that again, right? You see him like hiding behind a defender and then taking off real quick.
It's a burst of speed, knowing exactly where to be, how to exploit. Again, the body just turned completely the wrong way for tracking a player. Diaz knows how to exploit that. And
he is elite at what he does.
And as a goalkeeper, too, you saw Hackney just kind of coming out to try to make himself bigger and make the target smaller for that player. But again, somebody of Diaz's stature just knowing exactly how to put that in its place.
Reimer Digital Media throwing a fire emoji. I would say that is an accurate description of what we just saw. Especially if you're a Matador fan, right?
Absolutely.
Got it confirmed, unofficially confirmed, but confirmed, John, that tonight we have another outstanding crowd north of what we saw last time, which was 4,300. And so one of the biggest crowds we've ever had here at Lowry Field for Matador soccer. So thank you to the fans, yeah? Also, thank you to the team. They're putting on a show here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. If you're CF10, you can get back into this.
You can.
You've shown the signs of getting in, attacking in the second half, just maintaining that high press. Lubbock's just found a way to kind of counter that overload, too. And then there goes a ball over the top.
Yeah, trying. Oh, my gosh. Look at that speed, too, John. Is that Jack Pasco?
It is Pasco.
You just, going back to the fire emoji that Reimer Digital Media posted, that's what you saw come out of Jack Pasco right there as he was flying down that sideline, trying to make a play happen. We need an update on our subscriber count. Of course, we have a goal tonight of reaching a new subscriber count. I'm going to have to completely log out of YouTube and get back in to be able to find it, John. We started at 535. John's goal was 550. My goal was 575. What are we at, John?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. We're at 539. So we're getting close to John's goal. Again, our goal is to grow the subscriber count here on YouTube. Because we do everything here on YouTube, right? We do our games live here on YouTube. We do the coaches show on Mondays that John alluded to right here on this YouTube channel. And so
Diego Lazo coming in for Juan Carlos Santos for CF10 Houston. Injected a little bit of life too. You need a sub to come off, and again, keep that intensity up.
Did we just see a sub come in for the Matadors? Is that what you were just saying? I apologize. I was reading a comment by Jared Willis.
No, CF10.
Okay. Of course, substitutions are presented by Grease Monkey. There's no substitute for you or your vehicle. Go see him today. Jared Willis said, love this team. I'm so glad they love Lubbock back. I think that's a big thing.
That's a great way to put that.
They do love Lubbock, and it's because Lubbock has shown love to them, right? Would you agree with that, John?
Oh, absolutely.
Right, you look across the way and you see 24 different flags from across the world. And this is the world's game. But Lubbock celebrates it. They embrace it, and they love on these guys as their own, right? One of their chants that they say is they'll follow you wherever you go, right? And that saying's true. I've seen multiple things from the Mozos following these guys and their professional careers after playing for the Matadors. It's really cool to see.
Great tussle there.
Yeah, great.
Let him play, ref. Come on. I get
See
it.
Kobe Kobayashi there running the other way. We'll have a goal kick here from Salama. So to answer Jared's question, or not really a question, I believe they love Lubbock, and it's fun to see. And you'll see it at the end of the games, too. The celebration they had with the Mozos, they were down in that corner near the concession stands for an hour at the last game, weren't they? John sees
every
something.
every match.
Kobe Kobayashi. Scratch that. That was not. That was Francesco Petnaroli. I think I'm finally getting every name right now.
You got it.
I think it took 4 home games, but I think I'm getting it. That ball is going right down the line. Will Rodriguez blocks him out. Good stuff there by Will.
Oh, frustration. Visible frustration there from Hunter Merritt.
Why is that?
Just not being able to get to the ball. Nobody else closing in on the pressure. We talked about the overload happening, which, for those that don't know, you're putting basically all your players from one side of the field to the other, left to right. And nobody was helping him out on that part. Will Rodriguez had it right down the line, the touchline. He was right there. He just needed a second. Hunter Merritt did, just to get in there and kind of force something to happen in that attacking third.
Michael Salazar in the YouTube comment section saying, soccer is life.
Football is life.
It is life. We like it, we love it. Matadors moving the ball around. You see the intensity and the effort by the CF10 team trying to get the ball back, trying to get possession back, and they're going to get it here. That is, as Pete Christie, my former boss, would say, that is some tenacious defense.
Well, anybody could say that.
Yeah. I'm quoting him, man, because that dude I worked with him for a long time, you know, and his little things he would say, I say them still.
Assessment here for CF10 Houston. You got to get that ball back. You just got to get it off of Lubbock's feet, and having all those bodies to throw at either overload. And we talked about the limited number of subs that they have tonight. Just only 4 on the bench.
Right.
5 in total. 1 being the additional keeper. Great pace there.
Yeah, by Pablo, throwing up his hand and getting that ball over the shoulder, going with his right foot, getting grabbed, but still holding control. He's upset with himself, but he had a defender draped all over him.
I mean, you did what you could in that situation, just trying to play it as quick as you could without getting set up. Oh, mishandled there.
Yeah, 1v1. Great way to get back on defense. And you're in safe hands with Salama. He slides and gets that one.
Excellent touch by Merritt. His first touch, getting out into space. Great lead on that ball to run up into it. Little bit of a miss hit there. You see him kind of get on the top of the ball a little bit. Easy work for Salama there.
Easy work for tonight. For us is we're thankful for tonight's match being presented by United Supermarkets. Summer is here, and United Supermarkets is everything you need to make it great. Save money by signing up for their rewards, and save time with street-side grocery pickup. United Supermarkets is proud to be the official supermarket of the Lubbock Matadors. Go Matadors!
We have another substitution coming in.
Of course, substitutions are presented by Grease Monkey. There's no substitute for you or your vehicle. John, who's the substitute?
Number 11 coming in.
Okay.
Enzo, oh, excuse me. Luis Mahecha.
Yep, Luis Mahecha checking in.
As Dustin Burke's night is done.
So they're getting into their bench, the CF10 team is, and it looks like they're going to use almost everybody they got here tonight, John.
We talked about the short, we say 48 hours, sure, but it's considerably less than that with, you know, early morning trainings, light training, drive time, stretching, factoring all of that in.
Yeah, like how far of a drive is it to Denton from here? 5 hours, 6 hours?
5 hours, five and a half.
Okay, so let's give it 5. So you drive back, that's 5 of your 48, plus you go and spend time in the community, right? And you got to find time to sleep in the middle of all of that, because sleep is the #1 source for rehab and getting back together and getting ready to go. Where's the time, you know?
It must be daunting just seeing an army of substitutions on the Lubbock Matadors bench compared to CF10 Houston here. But Carlos Flores did mention that, hey, look, these guys are young. They're going to get their time. He wants to make sure that these kids get a scholarship opportunity if they're pursuing their education. He knows he's going to run through the entire roster tonight, and he was very upbeat about it, too, as we get a signature stag corner kick here.
Yep, signature stag, your one-stop man shop.
He was very upbeat and very happy that his guys are playing, and there's eyes on. I mean, we have a YouTube broadcast right here, and he knows people are watching, and hopefully these kids get a scholarship or some sort of opportunity out of this, and that's what he's excited for. That's heart. That's what you like to see in an organization.
Oh, and I don't know, to me, he's the owner, he's the coach. He was so great to us, too. It was really fun to get to see him and get to talk with him pregame. Got 20 minutes left in this game here, and got a lot of good stuff coming in on the comment section. The Buzz Crew saying, way to go, guys. Just got home to see the great score. Let's go, boys. USA, USA. Glad to see you in the comments tonight saying, let's go, Matadors. Tuned in late from Thailand. Oh, and another one right there, Saad Faiz.
Near opportunity. The ball just gets away from him a little bit over the top. Oh, turning on the Jets there.
Yeah, and you know, we talk about how CF10 is a young team, right? And that's when during these time periods of the ball game, you're 70 minutes in, you've played a lot of game already. This is where you want to see that youth come in, right? You want to see them have that extra burst of speed, where a 27, 28-year-old guy or maybe a 25-year-old guy might not have it. Which realistically, the Matadors are all college. Most of them are college-age players, so. USA, USA want to know what league this is. This is the NPSL, the National Premier Soccer League. If you're looking at the pyramid, that is U.S. Soccer. This is, I think, Tier 3 or Tier 4. I think it's
Tier 4.
Tier 4.
But hey, the competition is just as intense.
It is, and the Matadors have a fan base that is equivalent to a lot of USL championship level teams, which is unique to Lubbock, which is unique to the NPSL league, right?
Great control there. They got numbers here.
They do. The defense getting back and kind of poking that one out and stopping anything the Matadors had going.
Great job getting back into that phase of play there for CF10 Houston.
Yep, Pablo Diaz here on this left side. Dribbling with the right, going to it. Must have deflected off of somebody there, because it took a quick ricochet off to the left as I clapped for no reason. And we'll have a goal kick. Here's your instant replay.
So much space. There's just so much space for Diaz to get that shot off.
I lied it. Deflected off of a CF10 Houston player. We'll have a signature stack corner kick.
Bottom left of the screen. Yep, corner kick there. Another opportunity for Howard to get his noggin on there.
Yep, Jack Pascoe with the honors of booting this here.
Howard has a brace right now. Let's see if he gets his hat trick.
We were talking with the Mozos. They were hoping somebody would get it tonight. Going back out to the outside. Kobayashi feeding it to the middle. It's deflected and will go. I can't tell where it went over.
That would be a throw.
It'll be a throw in, okay.
If you're Kodai there sending that ball in, just get a little bit more underneath it. It looked a little bit too driven right into the opposing team. Great defense there, though, by CF10.
Kobayashi going to be the one throwing it in. Getting it to Howard and right back to Kobayashi. Yeah, you could see the intensity by CF10 here. If the Matador has the ball, there is a white jersey trailing them, like just right on top of them. And if you're Coach Flores, right, that's something you can take away from tonight, right? As you're watching your club and you're watching your team play, the effort, the intensity has been
steal there. Oh, almost a counter opportunity there for Houston.
Yeah, that was a fun little maneuver there by Diego Vasquez to keep it away from the defender.
Again, that middle of the field is so wide open.
Yeah, they're very spaced out. Pablo Diaz breaking away from a defender. And then stolen away, and the ball goes straight to the sky after that. It's a beautiful night here in Lubbock, and we're grateful you're watching here on YouTube and on My Lubbock TV, and we're grateful for all these fans here.
Great job by Houston getting down the line there. Oh, just too many bodies there.
Oh, and a fancy maneuver right there by Jack Pascoe. You know, John, I'm at home and I'm practicing. You know, the Matadors have inspired me to play a little two-touch every now and then. I dream of doing moves like that. These guys are elite at what they do. John is humbly staying quiet because he can dominate.
No, I'm making notations.
Oh.
I was going to say that was a great job by Machecha there. Just getting into position, but just being overwhelmed. Again, not a lot of outlets provided for CF10 Houston to make anything happen, really.
Right. Here's an opportunity for them to make something happen, though. We're going to have a signature stag corner kick. Signature stag, your one-stop man shop. And as they get ready to have this corner kick, I do want to tell you about the Matadors experience, where our youth teams and organizations can be a part of the game day experience through our official Ball Kids Dream Team and Team Tunnel. They welcomed all the LBK soccer players and the Lubbock Boys and Girls Club in their pre-games activities tonight. And if you want to be a part of this Matador experience, visit LubbockMatadors.com to fill out an inquiry, and a Matadors representative will contact you. It's a really cool experience, and if you're on the edge about it, make sure you reach out because it's cool. And we got one opportunity left, and that's on July 3rd.
Against Denton.
Yeah, and that's another big one. They're the top dog in the standings right now. But again, every game from here on out is a must win. Here's your cross.
Just glancing away.
There's hardly any wind tonight. You know, that's something we talk about a lot on these broadcasts, John, is how is the wind impacting this? And not a lot tonight. It's a slight breeze, which is great for the fans and great for the players out on the field. Matadors and CF10 battling for it. Is it going to be a goal kick?
That will be a corner kick.
It'll be another signature stag corner kick. Signature stag, your one-stop man shop. This is my favorite chant. We talk about favorite chants, John. If we could have our side camera get this angle of them, that'd be awesome. As we get ready for the signature stag corner kick.
I have a 5-2 advantage corner kicks for CF10 Houston. You got to convert one here, especially with time kind of dwindling away.
Right. You said 5-2?
Look to find something on the near post here.
See the Matadors all clumped up right there. We do have a substitution. Substitutions are presented by Grease Monkey. There's no substitute for you or your vehicle. Saad Faiz going to take a seat. Number 11 for the Lubbock Matadors checking in. I don't think that's it. I had it as Enzo in the last game.
That is Enzo Jaquez. Oh, excuse me, Enzo Jaquez.
Let's make sure that it's still the same tonight. I'm getting on the app. It is Enzo Jaquez. Did I get that name right? I hope so.
I think you said it right. I did not. Apologies, Enzo.
Enzo has scored a goal this season this year, and John likes to say it's super sub, right? We feel his impact made in these 13 minutes we got left in this game. Looking ahead. Oh, you see the wheels churning here. Francesco Pentaroli, great pass.
Look to the right side. Trying to get down the line again.
John, moments ago you talked about how the middle was open. Did we see it right there as they were going through the middle?
It was It was open, yes. Only just transitional after that corner kick, but Lubbock, a little bit of a poor job there trying to get out. Speed wasn't speedy enough as your speed guys are on the left side of the formation. You got to try to get it to Diaz if you can.
Yeah, his impact was instant tonight as soon as he checked into the ball game.
Second minute in.
Second minute in, he puts it in for a goal. That's going to go the other way. All right, let's take a look at the comment section here on YouTube. Lugos Productions TV saying, let's go CF10. Glad to see that you're tuning in tonight. And then cheers from New York from A54. Hey, I like that. Cheers from New York. Oh, crossing the entire field right there. And it'll be a throw-in. It takes a strong leg to be able to do something like that, John.
And even more skill to be accurate with it.
Yeah, that was accurate. If I try to do that, it's going to go to the softball field over there. Got a throw in here for CF10.
You're not seeing much of a press from CF10 Houston, as you saw at the beginning of this half. Whether the substitutions, the personnel not equipped for it, it's kind of dwindled away.
It's going to make you tired, is what that is, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a full field press, man, is what we saw in those first 10 minutes.
And again, admirable. Oh, almost getting it.
Right.
Admirable effort by Houston. The game's not over, but still, you just played 48 hours ago. Your bench has been depleted.
Yeah, you're missing 4 guys on your roster.
All but empty now, yeah, and just still maintaining your effort. Oh, mishandled there by Salama.
Stolen away. They have the. Oh, and diving out. Salama got big right there, John. Those offsides.
Offside.
Hey, but still, though, you know, you see him out there.
A scary touch, too. Almost out of position. Completely out of position, actually. But great job in his recovery, getting back, throwing his body right in front of the shield. I want to make that stick.
So I'm watching the Mozos down here, John. I easily get distracted. I see one of the Mozos down here on the little middle area walking, trying to teach the second level of the stands, and that's really cool.
I'd be right there. Why would you be that far back?
Well, he's trying to teach them.
No, I'd be in there. Hey, everyone in the second level, go down.
Yeah.
Get close.
Safe hand Salama coming in there and sliding in. Yeah,
yeah, that's going to win.
I think that's it.
I think
You're
that's
in
gonna
safe
win.
hands with Salama. I just remember you telling me it can't be bricks. It can't be nothing like that because that's a negative.
That's not good.
In the goalkeeping world. So, yeah, I think safe hands. You're in safe hands with Salama.
Another substitution coming in, Fernando Lazo for CF10 Houston, about to check in.
CF10 trying to put some more pressure on here, and as soon as they get it down on this side of the field, it's just stolen away. Matadors passing the ball at a high efficiency right now. Diaz running with it.
Nope. Commentator's curse.
That's on par for me.
Gotta go. You gotta go if you're Houston.
Yep. Feet getting tangled up right there, and instantly helping him up was Daniel Ryder right there. So we'll get a free kick. And this is a dangerous area, John, to have a free kick. So if you're CF10, you could probably draw up something pretty good right here.
We saw Lubbock attack about the same range from the other side, or the right side of the box.
On the officials pulling him back. So here's your free kick. As we're in the 82nd minute, there's your instant replay of it. So it happened at about the 25-yard line.
Late challenge there.
Be kicking from the 27. Are the Matadors in safe hands? We're about to see. I believe there was a substitution by CF10 Houston. Here's a shot. Salama's diving the back corner. Oh, what a save. And then another goal right there. Right place, right time for CF10 Houston. And they cut into the lead. It's now 4-2. It was a great diving save by Salama, and then a second save, but it was the third touch that does it for CF10. Here's your instant replay.
Amazing. Great double save there.
It was a double save, and right place, right time for a CF10, and it's now 4-2 in the 83rd minute.
We're trying to find who scored that for you.
Yep, we'll, 83rd. I'm just gonna put CF10 free kick. I think that's how I'll remember it. So in crunch time here, CF10 cuts into the lead a little bit. And we kind of saw this towards the last part of the first half, John, is where they start getting a second wind and a second life towards the end of the half.
I believe that was Machecha that scored that, number 11.
Okay. Call him a super sub, John.
About 6 minutes left plus stoppage time. If you're Houston, keep getting those fouls. Keep making Lubbock find their heels. Great shot there.
Yeah, another, and then a defender right there, an offensive player right there for CF10. Hey, if that works, why not, right? You shoot it far. It's hard to catch those as a goalkeeper, right? And so you hope for that second chance opportunity, the second ball, right?
That's the second ball that Houston needs to capitalize more on. You can't get it in the midfield. You can't get it just out in regular play, too.
Right.
Foul there by Lubbock.
Have a player down for CF10.
Coach Mizuraka talked about, hey, we're not gonna give him a chance. We're gonna try to smother every team as much as we can. No second chance opportunities, no second balls being caught, nothing being pulled out of the air, controlled, whatever.
Must have gotten him in the eye right there. Yeah, his right eye still rubbing his right eye. But back to the action, CF10.
They're knocking at the door here. They're getting into that attacking third.
Yeah, and they continue to put pressure on the Matadors here.
They looked a little bit more tuned up right now, I can tell you that for sure. Great interception there by William.
Yep, Rodriguez pushing it forward to Evan Howard. He was slicing Evan Howard. And it's kind of like a quarterback trying to hit a receiver on the slant route, just a little bit behind him.
If Rodriguez isn't there, Machecha there, he is again. Just right on the ball. This is what they were trying to get to earlier, just with the through ball.
Again, showing their speed and kicking with the left foot, going over the left upright. It goes up the hill here at Lowry. See Salama there. I think this is one of the times where, as a player here, in my head, as a fan, I'm like, okay, start slowing it down a little bit. I don't want to say park the bus a little bit, but you're seeing Salama kind of slowing it down a little bit, right? As he's taking his time getting this kick out.
A little bit of gamesmanship there.
Yeah.
No, you.
Yeah, park the bus is not the right term.
Absolutely,
it's not what I was trying not to say.
Absolutely
but
not.
No, like you want to take your time in these kind of moments, though. Eat a little bit off the clock.
And if anything, defensively for Lubbock, you're going to continue to press high. You're going to continue to disrupt any passing opportunities that Houston wants to have. As you see Houston with the high press here, or deep press, excuse me.
Salama sends it to the other side right there. Pablo Diaz right there. He is all over him right there. The CF10 gets it out of there.
That's the energy you want to see in the substitution. Machecha's one of them.
Yeah, taking advantage of your minutes,
yep.
Right? That's what you want to see. Well, continuing to battle, Francesco Pettinaroli there. It's going to go the other way. Again, coming up on your schedule, make sure you put it down on the calendar. The last regular season home game for your Lubbock Matadors is Wednesday, July 3rd at 7:30 p.m. against the Denton Diablos. Tickets are on sale now at LubbockMatadors.com. Don't miss out on Fan Appreciation Night. You don't want to miss out. That game's presented by Whataburger, so you want to make sure you're here for that.
Houston had another chance to get behind that back line there. Just too many red shirts in front of them. Great control of the pace here by Lubbock until then.
Right, yeah, stolen away by CF10. Driving into the box. Had to go off a defender, right? I believe so. I think we're gonna have a signature stag corner kick. Signature
Lubbock
stag
getting
one-stop man shop.
Lubbock getting a little lackadaisical there with the defense. Kodai there in recovery, making sure that ball goes past the goal line. Quick kick there by CF10.
Trying to keep the team at home and punched out by Salama. That was like a linebacker hitting a running back. Holy smokes. Player still down. Oh my goodness. That CF10 player took a shot right there. See Tomo going over there to check on him. Will Rodriguez. Actually, all the Matadors are going to check on him. Here's your instant replay of it, John. Take a look at this.
That's a collision.
Yeah.
Kobe Perlaza taking the brunt of that right there.
He's
got hops too. He can jump.
That's something you see on the fall and Friday nights here at Lowry. Not on a Saturday night in the summertime.
And now Adam Salama is down.
Yeah, he took a shot as well. Looks like he's favoring that left leg a little bit. Of course, the backup keeper for tonight is, or the sub keeper is Tyler Capelli. Stretching him out. Of course, this is a hydration break. Hydration breaks are presented by United Express. Since I got a little time and we're talking about United, tonight's match is also presented by United Supermarkets. John, did you know summer is here?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, United Supermarkets has everything you need to make it great. They have watermelon. They got all the stuff to cool you down this summer. Save money, though, by signing up for rewards and save time with Streetside Grocery Pickup. United Supermarkets is proud to be the official supermarket of the Lubbock Matadors.
I'll have you know, I'm a proud member.
Are a proud reward member?
Oh, yeah.
You got to get those points for gas, right?
I'm here for it.
Adam Salama there, staying in the game. Physicality, man, it's nuts. I think here's another look at it. This is kind of him going down onto the field, John, and this angle that we have here, and maybe a cramp because they were stretching his leg out.
It looks like they
maybe.
were doing.
It is warm
stretching
outside, you know, and it's cramp season. We were talking about being summer. John hates my cheese. About to get an update on the stoppage time too, as we are now into stoppage time. We're going to hear from our fourth official in a minute to show how much we got. You got to think it's got to be a good amount though, John, just based upon the stoppage we had there and various stoppages we've had throughout this second half.
Probably about 3 minutes as...
You're thinking 3?
Probably about 3. As number 15, Perlaza comes back in. He was checking in with the fourth official there. Lubbock on the attack.
All right, I think we're looking at 4 as I'm watching them. Pablo Diaz comes away with it here. He's close. And that's going to be, a throw in. 4 minutes of stoppage time, though. We'll have 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Enzo takes a spill there. You could call... Nah, that's a fair play on the ball right there.
Yeah.
Enzo just, unfortunately, getting caught underneath that. Smothered almost.
Oh, and is it going to be a throw-in or a corner kick?
I believe that's a throw.
I believe it's a throw-in, too. Here's your throw-in. Evan Howard getting some space. Moving the ball around. Rodriguez stolen away. But the Matadors come back with it. Look at that far side, John. You see the Matador players calling for the ball.
That overload is working to perfection for CF10 Houston, at least in the late stages of this game. You would have liked to have seen that earlier, but again, you just got off the road. You traveled from Denton all the way over here.
About to have another substitution coming in for this game. Of course, our substitutions are presented by Grease Monkey. There's no substitute for you or your vehicle. Go see him today. Checking in for the Matadors is Nako. It's Nako Amari. He's going to come in for
Evan Howard.
So Nako Amari is checking into the game. So here is your free kick for the Matadors. Just a real quick kick. Battling for that is Saad Faiz. And CF10 comes away with it. Boots it to this far side of the field. Gonna let Salama clear it. Ooh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it was a little bit almost out of the box. Salama looking like he wanted to grab that. He should just let his defender there just kick it out for him. As the ball goes Lubbock's way now.
Alex Masterson coming into the comment saying Whataburger promoted some goodies for attendees at their sponsored game last year. I do remember that because they had an orange towel. I do remember that. So, yeah, you want to make sure you make it out for that. Trying to get it to Naco, going to the center to Pablo Diaz, and there it is! Number 5, Pablo Diaz! Give him another one, this time in the 94th minute. Pablo Diaz does it again. He had one in the 60th minute, now in the 94th.
Great cross by Naco there. Diaz just unmarked, basically. As that ball just easy, just put your foot on it and it goes in the back of the net. That's all he had to do.
Yeah, dude, I feel that excitement too, man. The fans are excited. They're jumping up and down. That's me too. I'm a kid at heart, John. Time for one more flare, says Suzanne. 100%.
And that'll just about do it for this one.
Nasty work, says Joe. What a finish, said Jared. What a finish, what a goal. 5-2. Matadors, they came in tonight needing 3 points, and they're going to walk away with it, John.
Fans were talking about a 6-point weekend, especially after the upset against, if you want to call it that, against Denton on the road. Lubbock claiming 3 points there, and then again with this one, just Lubbock doing the nasty work.
So with the win tonight, the Lubbock Matadors are going to improve to 3-2-1 on the season. And that's going to do it. The Lubbock Matadors get another 3 points. They are now at 10 points on the season. And because Brownsville's game is postponed tonight, the Matadors move into 4th place. And that's big time. Hear the fans celebrating. And that's a wrap. Matadors win at 5-2. John, thoughts on this game, man? Because this one was, we're on that start of the season where it's must win every game. And the Matadors were able to check that box off tonight. They get the win.
It's just absolutely incredible for them to have that level of execution from start to finish, basically. A little bit of a lull there in the second half. CF10 just getting a little too comfortable for Lubbock. I mean, you like to see that win coming out of, not necessarily out of nowhere, but out of effort.
When we return from this last commercial break, we'll have the post-game show, and it's going to be a fun one. We're going to hear from head coach Brandon Mizuraka, as well as general manager Dustin McCorkle. The Matadors victorious tonight. We'll hear from them in just a little bit.
Road and Track calls Mazda a unique blend of quality, reliability, and style. But what we'd really like to know is, what will you say?
Take advantage of this exceptional offer at Mears Mazda.
The hunger to win is fueled by a chance to compete and the thrill of the action. The cheers from the crowd energize our team and push them on to victory. Whether it's the pre-game excitement of tailgating or the post-game euphoria of winning celebrations, United Supermarkets always brings an A-game to your party. From kickoff to tip-off and the final buzzer to the last out, United Supermarkets is proud to feed the competitive spirit.
The celebration is on here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. The players and the Mozos, they like it, they love it. It is a 5-2 victory tonight. Pablo puts it in late, and the Matadors leaving here with 3 points. Big win, and now they've won 3 straight games, John, and they are starting to get hot.
Putting it together at the right time, especially with the playoff push. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. This is something that you need, fueling yourself into the postseason for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of times in sports, it's all about peaking and hitting your stride at the right time, because we don't want to use the word peaking because these guys haven't, played their best yet, and you hope they haven't peaked, but this team is really starting to hit their stride, and when they need to, because at the end of the day, you need to be one of the top 4 teams to make the playoffs, and with tonight's victory and Brownsville's game getting postponed, the Matadors are now sitting number 4.
Oh, that's a lovely place to be in. You talked about it, right place, right time. The surge is happening. Lubbock is basically doing it their way too, imposing their will, making sure you don't do anything, and then putting the ball in the back of the net on top of it.
They started the season 0-2-1. They find themselves 3-2-1. You're seeing it. And the Matadors and the fans in the comment section are seeing it. Suzanne saying the team is on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Fuego, yeah?
Not the Heat, though.
No.
They're in a good spot, though, too.
They are in a good spot. And we can maybe look at their standings in a minute. But, John, what are some positives that you saw from the Matadors tonight? And maybe what are some of the things that they could work on tonight?
A little bit of a lull. Again, I talked about it in the middle of the first half, and then here again, almost at the exact same time in the second half, too. Just taking about 15, 20 minutes where you're not really pressing high enough, you're not creating mistakes, or you're not even creating chances, really. You're just out in the field just trying to get in the way. Lubbock could do a better job of that for sure, just kind of maintaining their pace, maintaining the dominance that they wanted for the first 25, 30 minutes that they had in this match.
I liked a lot about this match tonight. I feel like our team, I say our team, the Matadors are passing the ball well. Their offensive players are doing good things. Their defensive players are doing good things. The guys that I love, though, are the super subs. Pablo Diaz coming in, putting two goals in his short amount of time that he had. I think he only played like 35, 40 minutes tonight. He's taking advantage of his opportunities, and Lubbock's loving it.
It's scary because Coach was talking to us. Ms. Araka was saying, hey, I could have started him if I wanted to. But he didn't, and again, you want that energy to come off the bench and to basically do what he did, scoring 2 goals in his super sub time.
Enzo, Nako, Amari, great guys coming off the bench tonight. Super proud of all of them. I know we're going to get our general manager, Dustin McCorkle, on the headset, and I believe we have him now. Dustin, 5-2 victory, man. Feels pretty good tonight.
Man, what an exciting match. 4-0 last game, putting up 5 tonight. Amazing crowd, record crowd for the season. Doesn't get much better than this.
I think, we just talked about it, me and John did. You want to hit your hot spot at the right time in the season. You don't want to say we're peaking, but the good guys that were wearing red tonight are playing a great brand of soccer. They've won 3 in a row.
Yeah, man, I think what's hard about this league, you don't get much time to play together before we get right into games. And what I try and explain to people, it takes you 3 or 4 games to really know what your team looks like. And, we have a lot of new things this year, and having everybody come in, see our principles, see what we're trying to accomplish, all meshing now. We need it. We got 3 really tough games in the next 2 weeks that are going to be big time to where we stand in the playoffs, and we control our destiny, so we got to just go win games.
I know we're looking into the future, Dustin, but talk about the now. What's the vibe like out in the field? I know we had the first win happen here, and everyone was elated. It sounds electric out there right now.
Yeah, I told the guys at the start of the year, we're all about the ABCs, accountability, believing in what we're doing, and competing. And tonight, I think you saw all 3 of those things. We got a tough game that we just won on the road, and we didn't get much rest. And then you got guys coming in right away and staying accountable to their positions, buying into what we're doing, and then obviously going out there and competing. And you're seeing guys like Pablo come off the bench and put in 2 goals. That's great for the club.
Got to be in the top 4 points-wise to make the playoffs. Dustin, you already talked about it. 3 games left. You got 2 on the road, but we got another one here at home on the 3rd of July as we host the Denton Diablos. Fan appreciation tonight, and we want our fans here.
Yeah, this is one of those where we need all of 806 to come out. If you're watching this and you haven't experienced it, or I know you guys do a fantastic job and make it fun for the fans on the broadcast, but there is nothing better than being in an environment, making it electric, and participating in what's going on. And this is our last regular season home game against a really, really tough team, and it's going to take that 12th man of Lubbock, Texas, to bring us across the finish line. But I know that the crowd will come support, so please be there, come out, and I promise we're going to have a good time.
Yeah, there's so many things that go on during these games. The 12th man has become a thing here at the Matadors, and the entire Lone Star Conference is starting to find out you want your face in the place. Dustin, thanks so much, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. That's our general manager, Dustin McCorkle. He's exactly right. They are the 12th man. They make a huge difference. Biggest crowd this season, and of course we had 4,300 in this last game, and so I'm anxious to hear the numbers for this game.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it was at least 4,500.
45, maybe 5.
Give me that. That's something I'll overshoot on. Not the YouTube subscriptions, but give me the attendance. I'll overshoot on that.
Hey, this is the time for us to make sure you are subscribing on YouTube. But now we have our head coach, Brandon Mizuraka. Coach, we went perfect on saying your name right tonight, but a lot of things went great for your game and your team. Talk about getting a 5-2 victory, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, early lead, right, for us. I mean, boys, did well. I mean, certain moments I thought that we kind of took a step back. But overall, the boys continue to fight. I mean, heck, not to brag about the technical staff, but, 2 subs, 2 goals, right? As soon as they come in, they make instant impacts. And, those are things that we need. And we're starting to see that. You had it the last home game where Enzo scores coming in. So, that's good that we have support off the bench that's coming in. And those are boys that deserve starts as well. So, it's a good team win.
Yeah, Pablo, Naco, Enzo, all coming off the bench, making instant impacts. The ovation that Pablo got when he checked in, too, was really special. And then on top of that, 2 goals.
Yeah, you can't. You can see it, right? He's a day one boy. So for me, that comes with a lot of pressure on him as well, right? It's not just, hey, you're a fan favorite. You got to live up to it. And he's been chomping at the bit in training, and he's shown, good performances, and he's getting more and more time now. And, again, he's, with performances like that, you start to question things a little bit more, and, makes it interesting going into next match day.
Coach, you talked about how the lull almost kind of got in the head a little bit of the guys, but again, you had the super sub coming in, and you talked about that pre-match too, of that energy just kind of being kicked off and kind of amplifying everybody. How important was it to kind of get out of that funk with the substitution?
Yeah, I think that, again, we talked about it at halftime. Silly goal to give up. We talk about maturity and ruthlessness, and we had a lapse of judgment. By a player, and that happens, right? It's not just one person or 2 people. It takes a team, but right, everyone's got to stay on the same page, and even the subs. We talk about it's not just the 11 on the field. We win based on the 18 that we select and the family, and being able to and willing to kill for each other.
Coach, I'm the Jimmies and Joes. He's the X's and O's. Coach, the fans tonight were simply electric. Biggest crowd we've had this year. Talk about how the 12th man made a big impact tonight.
Yeah, just electric. The entire game, seeing them just, cheer the boys on and spurring them on. Even for myself, I had family that came from, Missouri, St. Louis, and Indiana, Evansville. They flew all the way here for this, and it's something special. I wanted to share this with them, because they see the broadcast, they watch it. Tyler's probably watching with Marty and his wife. So
they are. We can't confirm that. They commented tonight.
Good. So at the end of the day, right? This is such a special club, and I'm very excited to be able to share that with my family and be a part of this thing.
We love that your family's a part of this, Coach. Thank you for taking your time tonight, and congratulations, 5-2 victory, Coach.
Yep. Thank you, fellas.
All right, that's Coach Brandon Mizuraka. John, final thoughts on our game tonight. Is another big win for the Matadors. They've now rattled off 3 straight.
It's a wonderful feeling at home to get that victory, but to carry that momentum in from the Denton match into this one and basically execute almost every phase of the match, that's victory outright.
That's right. Speaking of Denton, July 3rd, want your face in the place. That is the last home match of the regular season for the Loving Matadors, so make sure you mark it on your calendar now because we want you here. Of course, you got 3 more games. It's crunch time. Can the Matadors make the postseason? They look to do it, as currently right now they're in the 4 spot. That's going to do us for tonight's broadcast, though, on My Lubbock TV and on YouTube. We want to thank you for tuning in tonight. For John Bocanegra, I'm Devin Ward. We'll see you on July 3rd as the Matadors host the Denton Diablos. But until then, go